miss my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool, said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms and I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning, and the words that it was forming, and the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
This morning the towers fell. Americans have watched in agony as we come under attack in our homeland. We latched on to one another in solidarity and swore to never forget. That was 20 years ago, and it feels like we've forgotten. As children have now come of age, never knowing the fear of terror attack on our own soil. The words of George W. Bush could not be further from the truth today as he somberly addressed the nation, uttering, "Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shattered steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. What happened to my America? What happened to the great nation we once were? Will it take yet another 9/11 to bring us back together? The strife I see in this country between us all makes me wonder if the greatest experiment in freedom the world has ever known is coming to an end. For what? The color of our skin? The status of our vaccinations? The support of this party or that party? What happened to us? Why did we forget? I love this country. I would die for this country. I would die for you, America. But it seems as though my company would be few. There are those who I count among my friends who share the same sentiment, but we're outnumbered. This isn't about some vaccine or some stupid political party. This is about us. This is about America. The America I love is dead, and I don't recognize this new nation that rose up in her place. What will it take? Never forget. God bless America, land of the free, because of the brave.
Welcome to Embers of Liberty.
Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
In the councils of
steel,
government, we must guard
they
against
cannot dent
the
the steel
acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Inherently and historically opposed to secret society.
We, as Americans, have the capacity now, as we've had in
We
the
decided
past,
long ago
to do whatever
dangers
needs
of
to be done
excessive and unwarranted
to
concealment
preserve this last and greatest bastion of freedom.
far outweigh the dangers
In this
that
present
are cited to
crisis,
justify it.
government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Welcome back to Embers of Liberty, where today we remember 9/11. It's a day that I will never forget. I'll never forget where I was, and I'll never forget the events of that entire day. It's a very sobering day for America.
I feel like even more now than it has been the past 19 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
For some reason this year just feels more meaningful.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we've pulled out of Afghanistan, the place where we were only there because of these terror attacks, and it's a gut-wrenching day for me.
It's it's very sobering for sure.
And I don't know, we shared a tribute before words were ever said today. I feel like it's important to remember those who gave their lives to rescue people and those who lost their lives senselessly through these acts of absolute cowardice. Obviously none of us saw the first tower get hit, but we all saw the second one get hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was pretty surreal watching that in real time, and you saw it happen, and it was just like, was that another one?
At 12 years old, yeah, and the fact that now
I wasn't even
they're
12 yet. I was 11.
right. I was 12. Well,
Right.
yeah, I just turned 12. But to see what was happening and be old enough to understand that people just died
And I don't think that really even clicked for me till later.
It definitely clicked for me, but it was a bad day.
Yeah, for sure. And to me, like it pretty much that was one of the things that's changed. Like it changed. Well, really, I mean, if you really think about it,
It changed our whole generation.
Yeah, it changed our whole lives. Everybody that was alive at that point.
Yep, it did, and it's crazy to think about it.
Yeah.
There's not words. I think the speech that I gave after the 9/11 tribute video just now was the only thing that I could think of today was that this is not the America that came together in the afternoon of 9/11. This is not the America on 9/12.
For sure.
The America that shaped us into the patriots that we are.
Yep.
And I don't know. I don't know, and I know that we're getting old because they're adults now that we're not alive for this.
Yeah.
They have no idea what it was like to feel that dread of we're being attacked on our own soil.
Yep.
And it's crazy.
And there's still people, well, even there's even still people alive that were alive then that still don't feel that. It's weird because some people still don't feel that vulnerability. Like they still think, oh no, we're America, we're safe, we're going to be okay. And that right there is
that day proved that we are not safe.
I mean, literally, it was people, goat herders from the Middle East, took over a plane and crashed it into.
Not just one plane, 4 planes.
Yes, yeah. But they did that, and they
with box cutters.
Yeah. And they did that on American soil, and people yet still, when you say, hey, like we could get bombed with a nuke, we could get, there could be bombs, there could be air attacks, there could be anything. Nah, we're okay, we're America.
And it's just not true.
No.
I remember where I was at. I was in history class, oddly enough.
I don't remember exactly what class I was in.
Miss Milner's class.
Yep.
When they wheeled the TV in and we all watched.
I remember we sat down right after it happened. We had went to the next class, which I did not know about anything yet. All I know is we were switching classes because it was junior high. You start switching classes in junior high. It was 6th grade, and there was one of the guys come running up the hallway. Of course, he's we're kids, we don't know no better. And he's like running up the hallway saying, "We're being attacked by the Russians," and we I'm just like, what in the world? Like what's going on? And I sit down in the next class, and the teacher pretty much looks at us and says, I can't remember. Obviously, this is a long time ago.
Yeah, it was 20 years ago,
says,
and we were children.
Something along the lines of, like I think I was in English class. It was something completely unrelated to history, but she said that, hey, this is American history being played out in front of now obviously I can't quote this word for word, but essentially what I took from it is, this is American history being played out in front of our eyes, and even though you're young, you need to see it because it's important.
Yep. And it was important.
Yep.
It shaped an entire generation.
Yep.
And, my boss Friday even said, this was the driving factor for him joining the Marine Corps.
Right. There's a lot of people that joined.
There are a ton of people that joined the military just because of this act. And we can count ourselves as those who were inspired to want to join the military, even though we didn't.
We were close though.
We were very close.
We were very close. I know that I think old Joyce kept us from there a couple of times. I know my mom did.
My mom did for sure.
And not that they don't believe in the military, they just didn't want to see their kids in the military.
No, and my dad is former Army,
Right.
so his dad was Army, his brother, his sister, all of his entire family, was military. So I got the patriotism instilled from multiple things, and then this just bolstered it.
Yeah.
So we can talk about the fact that all of those things were happening. Beth obviously was in the same place we were.
Yeah. What class were you in, Beth?
I was in English.
English. You may have been in the same class as me that
Miss
day.
Hunt?
No. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. All I remember is the principal coming over the intercom saying that, there had been an attack on our country. And
I don't remember that.
I remember the intercom.
I don't remember that.
And then we got whisked to the library and we watched the second tower fall. And then...
So you didn't get to see the second one hit?
Well, yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh.
We saw the second tower get hit, and then we got to go home early that day, and I remember everybody in the gym saying, "It's the end of the world, it's the end of the world," and I was
I
just
don't
like...
recall getting to go home early.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents came and got us.
I don't remember.
Everything shut down.
Yep.
Every single
Like I said,
thing.
that was 20 years ago. That was not a while.
Everything shut down. Nobody was at work. Everyone went home.
No. My dad worked all
Well,
day.
I mean, a lot of places didn't though,
Yeah.
and it's one of those things.
Were you in Miss Beam's class?
No.
Cody was
Yeah.
with you.
I had Miss Hunt.
Oh, you had Miss Hunt?
Mm-hmm.
I had Miss Hunt as well.
I don't remember. All I know, I don't. It may not have been English. I don't know. Either way, she definitely addressed it to us that hey, like this is important. You need to see this, even though you're young.
That sounds like a Miss Beam thing.
No, because I remember Miss Beam. She was an old lady. This was a younger lady.
I don't know. I was with Miss Milner when it happened, and
Yeah.
Miss Milner was definitely
All I
in favor
know-
of us seeing it because
yeah. I don't think
she's a
there-
history teacher.
I'd be surprised if there was any teacher in there not for that.
So
I know that that was definitely like one of those. Like, yeah, we thought the world was ending. We thought that was it.
yep.
Yeah,
thought it was
everybody
the
in the
world.
gym was like, "The world's ending, the world's ending." And then, of course, I'm till this day, I have bad anxiety. And I'm like, "Mom, is the world ending?" And Mom's like, no, it's not. But, we got a road ahead of us, So,
I think out of all of us, I was probably the only one that felt anger. Knowing, with my dad being in the military and everything, like that was my first thought was, if this was an attack, we're gonna jack something up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't, man. Like I said, it's been so long ago. It's weird to be able to recall the feelings I felt that day.
I know at first it scared me, for sure.
I think I was.
But as it went on and we
yeah.
figured out what had happened, I quickly went from fear to let's end these people.
Because I think before
Even at
that,
12 years old, like I knew what this meant. I knew that it meant we were going to war.
So I think before that, I wasn't really like political. Like,
None of us were.
yeah,
We didn't have a reason to be. We were children.
right.
And that's what bothers me today is that these kids being used as political tools. Like, we were not used as political tools. We were thrown into a political nightmare.
Right, and we were just shown like, hey, this is it. Like, take it, do with it what you will.
And not only was it a political nightmare, everyone was on the same side.
Yeah,
There were no Democrats.
There were
There
no
were no
Republican,
Republicans. There were no
Democrat,
Libertarians. We were Americans.
right.
And that goes back to what I said earlier. What is it going to take?
Yeah,
Will it take another 9/11?
I don't know if we're even at that point anymore. Like, I think we're kind of past the point of. I think we're at that point of no return.
We're getting there if we're not already.
We're either going to see. Well,
but that's not what this is about.
Right.
That's not what we're talking about.
We'll talk about that on our regular show segment.
We're gonna after the first hour, we're gonna take a small break
and come back and do our regular show.
The background, and then come back and do a regular show.
And we'll talk about that subject then.
But just to give you guys kind of an idea of how this show is going to be structured, this is strictly about what happened.
Yeah, till about 8. We'll talk about this till about 8:30. Then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back with our regular weekly broadcast.
Our regularly scheduled programming.
What we have a lot to talk about. We weren't going to do our regularly scheduled broadcast.
No, we weren't. We weren't even going to do a regular show this week. We were only going to focus on 9/11.
And then Thursday evening happened, and
it wasn't just Thursday evening. It was all week.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting off topic
9/11.
again.
But,
so
one thing I noticed about that day, I feel like there have been other sunsets like this, but they have been few and far between. But I feel like the sunset that day was different. The sky just looked different. The sky in general just looked different that day.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was almost like it was like the dusk of pretty much everything we knew, and the dawn the next day was the dawn of everybody's new life.
I think we all knew, even at such a young age, that the entire world was going to change.
Yeah.
We just didn't know to what extent. We didn't know if this was going to be the first or the last, and we couldn't even. We didn't even really comprehend that there were other planes at that time. All we really paid attention to as children were the towers.
And at our age, even then, I don't even know if we really even comprehended that there was somebody in the world at the time that hated us.
I had no idea that there were people out there that hated our country
because,
for no reason other
at that
than
age, you're indoctrinated already to we're America, we're awesome.
Well, yeah.
At least at that time,
this is America,
where we were being taught that, right?
And like, I'm not playing any sound bites at all during this, except for this one. This is our general feeling growing up pre 9/11. This was us. Like, it's accurate though. That's how we felt as a nation.
We kicked everybody's butt, and we were the best. We were the good guys, and everybody loved us. And then you realize that day, and because the news even played like where they were celebrating in the streets in places in the Middle East because we were attacked, and we're just like, why would they do that? Like as an 11-year-old, 12-year-old kid, you're like, what, why?
And a lot of people don't even understand that prior to 2001, there was a previous attack on the World Trade Centers.
Yep.
Where the culprit in 1996 bombed the base of the building in one of the towers in the hopes that it would topple the building into the other. Mm-hmm. And, they found that guy and they arrested him and they showed him as they put him in the police car. They're still there. It didn't work. And his exact words were, if I had more money, they wouldn't be. And that's where bin Laden comes in. Bin Laden was a Saudi millionaire.
Yep.
He had all the money in the world, and he financed Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, his parents even had homes here in America.
So,
which is weird.
You go from freedom. There were some freedom fighters in Afghanistan.
What was that?
I don't even know how that happened.
I don't know, but Joe, check the date on that. I think it was either 94 or 96.
On what?
The original World Trade Center bombing.
Okay.
Matt just brought it up. Sorry, we're not really going to be focused on the comments right now, but that's one that I really would like to verify because I don't want to give any false information. But this part of the show is not really meant to be super interactive.
93.
93. Oh, wow. Matt and I were both wrong. So anyway, regardless, in 93, You know, but regardless, Osama bin Laden comes about. We literally helped this man fight the Russians out of Afghanistan because the Russians were there before us.
Yep.
And then, we armed him. We helped him fight the Russians to get them out. And what did they do? They turned on us.
Well, if anybody's heard of the term blowback, it's because unfortunately we armed them, we
trained them, we fought alongside them,
and then we left them there.
Yep.
And they weren't happy about that.
And that's kind of where things are headed right now too.
Yep.
They're not going to be happy about the fact that they just got left again.
No. So don't be surprised if you see another 9/11 style attack sometime in our future. It may be 20. Let's see. When did we do that? In like the 70s.
What, the fighting in Afghanistan?
Yeah.
I think it was in the late 70s, early 80s.
And
I'm really not sure.
It took what?
It took forever.
10,
Afghanistan
15 years?
is the graveyard of empires.
I'm saying it took like how long for them to come back and attack us after that?
Not long.
Yeah, I mean, if it was the late
the
early 80s, that's still 20 years.
On a historical time frame, it was it was
relatively
short.
20 years is a while.
Right. But I don't know. It's just such a terrible day in that aspect. And then my grandparents got married on September 11th. Years and years and years before. They would have been married 45 years today. If my grandfather was still alive. So, what was supposed to be a happy day for them turned into this. Yeah. I have friends and relatives that were born on September 11th, and, it's just it's a scar.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to put it. It reminds us that we're not invincible, for sure. Should remind us that we're not invincible.
The ones who pay attention.
Yeah.
It reminds us that we're most definitely not invincible, and that we're just as vulnerable as anywhere else. It's just such a hard topic to talk about. For me, in particular, and
I mean, just like a lot of things. I mean, for me, I guess to me, I don't take death as harshly as a lot of people. But maybe God made me that way for a reason because of the times we live in now. But I want to be honest with you. Like as an 11-year-old, I don't think I could fully wrap my mind around what was going on that day. Like it took a while for it all to really sink in for me, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a child.
For sure.
Now, one thing I did make sure to do is that night that George Bush announced that this was 2 years later, when he announced that we were going to, into Afghanistan.
No, that was shortly after. That was later that year.
It took us about 2 years. Either way. He was, announcing, hey, we decided to do this. And no joke, like, news stations were already over there, like, filming. And they even had, like, cameras set up. And I watched it until late, the end of the night. And you could see where, like, you could start hearing planes and stuff. Like, it was overcast, so you could see clouds and stuff. But you could hear planes all of a sudden, and then anti-aircraft was shooting up into the clouds.
Now, what you're talking about is the Iraq War. You're talking about when we went to Iraq. I remember watching that. When we initially
went,
went,
the shock and the awe at?
Hold on. So
it was whenever we did the shock and awe deal.
The opening salvo in Afghanistan was October 7th, 2001.
But that wasn't.
I have the timeline.
But that wasn't the what do you call it? The surge.
No, we were literally.
That was mostly special forces, I believe, in it.
Yeah, it was to clear the Taliban from the northern portions of the country.
Yeah. I'm talking about when did we? Well, just go ahead and read the outline there.
Well, I mean, so on September 18th, Bush signed a joint resolution authorizing the use of force against those responsible for attacking the United States. And then, that started a whole mess of other things. But the opening salvo was October 7th of 2001, and they just bombed the trenches that the Taliban were held up in.
Okay. That still wasn't the shock and awe, though.
And then 12 days later is when ground forces got there. So on October 19th, ground forces arrive. And the Taliban are immediately in retreat by November. And then in December, bin Laden escapes. We implemented an interim government on December 5th. And on December 9th, the Taliban collapse. So it's typical war from then on.
Okay, so it was Iraq that we did the shock and awe on.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was Iraq. And, you can say whatever you want, but September 11th ultimately is what led us to war with Iraq.
Oh, of course.
And honestly, I don't disagree that we needed to go to war with Iraq, given the history of brutal dictatorship there. Also, though, from a libertarian standpoint, now, in my later years, I obviously don't hold the same beliefs as I did then.
Yeah.
But you best believe I was watching that.
Yeah.
I was watching the explosions. I was watching
It was all over the place.
Entered, it was like 9 o'clock at night our time, and I'm watching bombs hit the ground in Iraq.
Yeah. I remember going into Walmart that next day, and this was when Walmart had all the TVs.
Yep.
Like we'd just gotten our Super Walmart,
Yep.
I believe. And
the TVs were right when you walked in.
Yeah, and they were all in the corners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what they had playing was us bombing the crap out of Iraq. The shock and awe.
And the thing is like with Afghanistan though, major combat operations ceased in 2003, like early in 2003 on May.
I don't think there was a
1st.
lot of urban stuff in Afghanistan to begin with, right? Like the way you talked about it, was more hitting them in the hills.
It was more bombing, and there was a couple of real big fights, but ultimately
we had them on the run.
We were fighting 8th century goat farmers.
Right.
Okay. There was no comparison.
But when we moved to Iraq, there was actually a military there.
Iraq was a completely different story.
Right.
Iraq had a strong central government with a military and a ruthless dictator.
Right.
Afghanistan, the Taliban ruled the country. The Taliban are 8th century goat herders. It's not like they were really a formidable foe. They just happened to have attacked us, and we decided that we're going to make an example out of you.
Right.
Which I agree with. They poked the bear.
Right.
Now, the argument they're going to have for going to Iraq, though, is that there was suspicion that bin Laden fled to Iraq.
Yeah.
I don't think
Pretty much
so.
They found him in Afghanistan, right?
I'm not actually sure where they found Osama bin Laden.
I personally, I think the reason we went
but
to
it
Iraq,
took so long. It took forever to find bin Laden. It wasn't until Obama was in office that we got bin Laden,
It wasn't it Obama's second term? No.
No, it was his first term, I do believe.
Yeah, it was
It was SEAL Team 6.
Yeah,
They're the ones that got him.
It was right at the end of his first term.
Yeah.
Because it was in 2011, because that's when the tornadoes were, because they killed him literally while the power was out here.
Yep.
And we listened to it on the radio.
Correct. So, there's a lot of things that have happened since.
Right.
But ultimately, this day, 20 years ago, is the root cause for the majority of it.
And really, this day, 20 years ago, is a root cause for a lot of things.
Yeah.
The Patriot Act wouldn't have gotten passed if that would, or at least not in the form that we got it in,
No.
if 9/11 wouldn't have happened. 9/11 was what I feel opened the can of worms for everything we're seeing now.
Yep, I agree.
As far as, overreach of government, all that stuff.
So,
Now it's not the direct cause for all of it, but I would say, like I said, it's what opened the can.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And regardless of my feelings about being world police now, what's done is done. We can't change it.
Right.
Do I agree with the fact that we went to those places? Yes and no. I don't agree with today. I don't agree with going to Iraq. I believe that we should have went to Afghanistan to snuff out the threat
Right.
that had already struck us once.
My idea is go in there, kick some tail, get back out.
Agreed.
Don't hang out.
I don't think we should have been there for 20 years.
No.
But honestly, seeing what we're seeing today, I understand why we were there for 20 years.
Yeah.
Because had we left early on, it would have gotten worse much faster.
It's definitely a possibility.
So,
And, I mean, you see, even though we've left now, it's going to go right back.
it is. It's already back.
And that's unfortunate.
So, with that, Beth, would you go to YouTube? And get us some national anthem action.
Does it matter what kind?
It doesn't matter.
Just pick one.
Yep.
By advertising on
So, do you have anything else to add about 9/11? Because I think we should probably play the national anthem, take a small break, and then come back and get right into what we need to
weekly
talk about.
Broadcast, because it's probably going to be a heated one.
Yeah.
I hope y'all have hydration, because you about to sweat.
Also, before we go, hey, to the men and women who lost their lives on 9/11,
Here.
tally ho.
Tally ho.
And we are going to go to a break. We'll be back in 10-ish minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
So I'm gonna put us on just a
And here's
blank background.
Here's a word from... No, put it on our Embers of Liberty background.
That's
Yeah.
what I was
Like
doing.
our usual Ember
Yeah,
one. Here's
not
a word
the
from
one
our
with the-
sponsors, which are none. So you get to look at our logo.
Enjoy. Larry Elder gets egged. Biden goes full tyrant, and the Afghanistan situation continues tonight on Embers of Liberty. Just kidding, we're not doing that. We've already done that once. Welcome back to Embers of Liberty, where now we're into the meat of the show. And Biden, you can go suck a dick. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
I've had it.
And we just lost all the viewers that we had after you said
I've had it. I've absolutely had it. Like, no, I still show 3.
I had 4 at one time.
I had 7 at one time. I don't know where everybody went. Anyway, so we're not going to go
Cody,
through the
pinch
weeks.
it off. Hurry up and get back here.
Yeah, Cody, hurry up. Get your ass back here. We're waiting on you.
You got to pinch that sucker off. We got a show to do, man. Can't do it without Propes.
Well, I mean, we may have to.
Pinch it off, Propes. Fill the beer. Let's go.
Oh, Lord. Anywho's,
Trust me, you're going to need that beer for tonight's episode.
I sure as fuck am. It's already started. The F-bomb is already starting, and I'm not even halfway through my first beer. This is going to be fun. Sorry if that hurt anybody's ears.
Propes, did you fare well in the hurricane there, Propes?
Is he speaking? Is he on there? Oh, okay. There he is.
Yeah, and he was, when we said that we suspected he was probably battening down the hatches, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
He said, I posted on the group and said, hey, man, we missed you. And he said, yeah, he was getting ready for the hurricane.
I'm friends with him on Facebook now.
Okay. Well, I mean, this was on the Alabama.
Me and old Probsty were friendsies.
Yeah, I'm friends with him on Facebook, too.
So.
Obviously, he fared. I mean, he's here with us, but.
He's alive. He's well. We're happy you're back, Matt. So. Bethy.
Start with Beth.
I have tasks for you.
Oh.
No, we're not going through the weeks.
Not
I
going
already
through
said
the
that. We're not going to do that. We've been on the air for an hour. We'll get back to regularly scheduled programming next week. Go to the YouTubies.
Mm-hmm.
We have freedom junk to do today because the United States is collapsing before our very eyes.
Shh. Get vaccinated.
No. No.
Hold
We're not going to do it. Not right now.
What's our key phrases? Oh, yeah. Fuck you.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe.
But don't y'all know it's the pandemic of the unvaccinated?
Pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Shut up. Okay, I need you to pull up Larry Elder getting egged. Larry Elder.
It's all right, Probes. Like, nobody was watching last week. It was bad. The show, and it's always those shows where we had, like, 0 technical difficulties, too. I think my mic went out once, and we fixed it pretty quick, and it was, like, other than that, we had no technical difficulties.
And we also didn't have anybody watching.
Yeah, but that's the way...
It was literally nobody.
Yeah, that's the way it always goes, though. Like, when we have nobody watching, we have no technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to tell me which one to pick, because you can't.
Oh, we usually tell Cody which one to pick, too.
Yeah, we usually tell Cody, but, I mean, scroll down.
Because my track record.
But for the record...
We're sorry for that abhorrent rendition of the national anthem.
It's not Beth's fault either. I mean,
it's not Beth's fault. We literally just told her to pick one, so...
But for the record, though, Larry Elder looks just like...
hey, Kyler. Yeah, the pig does look very majestic today. We're very proud of our pig.
What's his name? It's raining sideways.
Oh,
Ollie.
Ollie. He looks just like
Is
Ollie the
Ollie?
weatherman.
back to Ollie Williams for the weather.
Ollie
Yeah.
Williams. Yeah.
What's the weather like out there, Ollie? It's raining sideways!
Yep.
Thanks, Ollie.
Yep. Larry Elder looks just like Ollie
Who
Williams.
wants this cat?
He is the real world version of Ollie Williams.
Anywho, I mean, there should be a video of him getting eggs thrown at him. Yeah, that one.
That one?
Yeah. Let's go to that one. I can't believe Kyler is actually watching.
Yeah, Kyler, what's up?
I didn't expect that. Mick, are you here? Is Mick here? I need to know if Mick is here.
Is Kirby watching with you? Kirby, I need a business loan.
Good luck
I need
with
you to
that.
make this happen.
Okay. Roll that beautiful hate crime footage. So,
Completely misses.
first off, Beth, I'm going to ask you to pause it right there.
Dude has the head the size of Texas. And
Hold
she
on.
misses.
Hold on. Let's remember this when the Civil War breaks out. If it comes to throwing hand grenades, they're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, dude's head's like the size of Texas, and she misses. And I'm pretty sure he's like the only black dude in the area, too. Like, he's like a black dude surrounded by white security.
Correct. The fact that she's like 4 feet away and couldn't hit him is hilarious. All right.
That's about par for the course for liberals, though. Like, they can't do anything. Like, they just...
Fair.
Any kind of physical anything, just no.
That's fair.
Except sex. That's about the only thing they can do. And I imagine that's probably pretty mediocre as well.
Yeah, probably.
Because
So-
they first have to discuss their differences and the fact that
They have to talk about their pronouns.
Yep, and then remember too, I told you that now it's socially acceptable to talk about, like say if you're having an interracial relationship with nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, if you're in a
They have to talk-
interrelational,
They have to talk about their vaccination status too.
probably talk about the vaccination status. But they also have to talk about how if I guess if they're a black or person of color, that how they feel. What do
They
you
have to
call it?
talk about their white guilt.
Yep.
And-
And if they're a person of color, they have to talk about how they feel like they've been let down and how their life is
Oppressed and-
how their oppression. And I imagine that's what it's like, having sex with a liberal.
So anyway, let's see. I don't know what Kyler just sent me a text, and I don't know what that was.
Anyways, Beth, continue that footage.
Oh, okay. Pause it. You literally just threw an egg at somebody's head, and now you're screaming about being touched.
And then people around are like, "Oh, don't touch her."
I'm sorry. That's not how this works.
No,
That's not how any of this works.
not at all. Not at all.
If you throw something at me, I reserve the right to absolutely rock your shit. Okay?
Yes. Oh yeah, she's lucky she didn't just get knocked the hell out.
Yeah.
Like, frankly, if I ever becomes if I ever run for governor or anything, like you and Cody and some other people are gonna be my security people and my advisors, and I'm giving you full permission right now. Like, if anybody tries to attack me, there's no politics. You just turn around and beat the shit out of them. And we're not calling the ambulance either. We're just leaving them right there. That's their fault.
Anyway.
They're staying right there.
Apparently, I got a little too excited, and my mic was clipping a little bit. Whatever.
Oh yeah, your mic does clip a lot.
Well, yeah, it's because I'm loud.
Yes.
Can't help it.
Yes.
Kyler, don't text me during the show. Just say it in the chat, dude. Like, if you're going to say something to me, just put it in the chat. That's fine. I don't want to be looking at my phone the entire night.
Kyler, you know what's bad though? Like, I'm surprised. Okay, so she's a liberal, right? Wearing a monkey
Wait, what
mask.
kind of mask does she have on?
A monkey mask.
That's what I was about to...
Or gorilla mask.
about
And
to
she's
bring up.
white. So, I mean, granted, to me and you, that's like, well, it's just a gorilla mask. But the liberals, though, you do not be white and wear gorilla masks because that's racist.
It's blackface.
It is a pink monkey mask.
Oh, it's a pink. Oh, that's even worse. Like, I don't know. I got nothing. But it's, I just assume that there's probably some purple-haired, like horn rim, like 400-pound chick out there, just like she's watching this video and she's like, "You're not liberaling right." Oh.
Bro.
I just want to get that across
Chill.
accurately.
Okay? So, here's the thing about this. Like, we don't even have to watch the rest of this. It's kind of pointless to watch the rest of it anyway, because all it is this white dumbass screaming about not being touched, and
Even though she was trying to egg a dude.
yeah, even though she just tried to egg Larry Elder because he's trying to have Governor Gavin Newsom recalled, which he absolutely should be because he's a shit governor. But Larry Elder wants to be his replacement, and that's fine. What's not okay is how some of these are being portrayed. Because there's a picture of Larry Elder, and Beth, if you wouldn't mind trying to find this picture. There's a tweet of this incident from a news outlet. I think it's the New York Times or the Washington Post, where it looks like Larry Elder is slapping a lady. Let me see if I can find it, Beth. But anyway, like, and the woman tweets back at this news outlet and says, "Are you kidding me?" Nope, that's not it.
That looks...
Yes, that's it, actually. So if you'll pull that up and make it big. You don't have to make it... Like, I just want the picture. Open image in new tab. Like, and then just zoom in on it. Make it big. Okay, so they've attempted to use this picture in the news article to make it look like Larry Elder is the party at fault here. And the lady in the picture actually tweeted back at this and said, "Are you serious? That's a weird way to spin this to make it look like Larry Elder was attacking someone instead of addressing the fact that it was a white lady throwing an egg at a black man." So, like, this is the world we live in. Beth, you can take it down now. This is the world we live in now. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous that any of this is going on. I don't understand it. Like, why? Because Larry Elder's conservative? Oh, there it is. That's what it is. It's because he's a conservative. They don't want to actually discuss the issue at hand, which is someone attacking him on the streets for no fucking reason at all.
Yeah, they're calling him, what is it? They're calling him...
They call him an Uncle Tom.
Yeah, Uncle Tom. That's right.
Yeah.
And what are they? The blackface for the white supremacy.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever. Anyway, so, like, at a time when the media should be coming to the defense of this man because he had things thrown at him for no reason, you know, and black people are, you know, Black Lives Matter, Joe. What if that egg had hit him and killed him?
I'm sorry, those words go in one ear and out the other. They don't soak in.
Yeah, my bad. My bad, dog. So...
Oh, can I share a quick story? It's not long.
Sure, go for it.
So, I feel like I'm probably digging a hole by even mentioning this, but so loss of life is never a good thing, right? You know, no matter what color, who you are, even if you're like the worst child rapist in the world, like, the fact that we have to put you down is not a good thing. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, nobody wants to kill anybody. Nobody sane wants to kill anybody. Well, recently, I got invited to a group. Well, this group was justice for an individual who has died in our local jail system, right?
Right.
And I kind of wanted to reach out to this girl and be like, look, I don't support this. I left it alone. I didn't say nothing. I just, you know, hit decline, and hopefully she won't think nothing of it. You know, she won't notice, I'm sure, hopefully. But I just hit decline and didn't say nothing. But what had happened was, this was her ex-husband or ex-boyfriend. I don't know if they were married. They were married, so it was an ex-husband. Whether they were divorced, they were separated. I don't know. I know that she had a drug problem. I'm not gonna mention names. I don't want to mention names because it could be an embarrassing situation, and I'll tell you the names later.
Oh, I mean,
but he died in a jail cell, and I believe it was while in custody of no.
Okay, because that sounds oddly familiar to another incident.
No, her husband was black.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, her husband was
Oh,
black.
wow.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, and he died while in custody. He was in a jail cell, and they found him dead.
Ooh.
So they're saying, they're trying to make it like it's a racial thing.
It's probably a drug overdose.
And that was my...
Or withdrawals.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Something of that nature.
I believe it to be related to drugs.
Well, yeah, probably.
But they're trying to make
much
it a
like
racial
a certain
thing.
George Floyd.
Right. But he didn't die like struggling with the cops. They found him dead in the jail cell, and they're asking,
Wait, did they find Jeffrey Epstein dead in a jail cell?
This is different though. Like,
I know.
Like this dude, they just found him dead in the jail cell, and I believe I'd have to look back and see, did they ever actually come out and say the cause of death? Not that we know of. It could be out there, but I haven't looked into it because to me it wasn't that big of a deal because I feel like this kind of stuff happens every day. It just so happened this guy was black.
Right.
They're not releasing any information. That's why they're protesting. Because if I'm not mistaken, they waited 3 days after he had passed to tell the family that he had passed. And they won't release any body cam footage or any. Well, they won't give them any information on how he died. Actually, died.
I don't even Well, you got to think though. Like, why would an officer be wearing a body cam in the jail? Like, why would they have it, activated in the jail? Well,
maybe when he got arrested though. Like, they don't know they don't know anything. That's why they're protesting. They just want to know what happened.
Yeah, but they're making it out to be like it's that whole Black Lives Matter deal. It's like, how about just general? If they mistreated him, how about just general? Hey, just justice for people.
Yeah.
Not just black people.
Not everything has to be racially motivated.
Exactly. No, he was. It was a local jail. He wasn't even in prison. He was like in the he was in the drunk tank, I believe, and they found him dead in the drunk tank.
Ugh. That sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, it's just kind of a story. You mentioned Black Lives Matter, and it's kind of something that I think about from time to time. And it's just, I just don't support these movements. Because I feel like they're fueled by emotion rather than...
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, that's an accurate assessment.
But see, Matt, like the guys that work in the jails, they are not technically... officers. A lot of them are just, jailers. I mean, maybe we could get them to wear body cams. I mean, I don't.
Well, for one, there should be security cameras that can see all that.
Yeah, and that's what I think too. Like there should be security cameras in all the jail cells, in the hallways. Like they shouldn't need to wear body cams.
No,
not
jail. At all. So anyway, I just, the whole point of the Larry Elder thing for me was that the media wants to try to swing it in ways that aren't factually accurate. Larry Elder didn't do anything wrong, but the first image that you see on that news article is of him with his hand in a position that looks like he's assaulting a white woman. Like, bro, come on. How ridiculous can you be? I just think it's unfair, and it shows you just how biased our media is against conservatives. Again.
For sure.
So, no, they can't have cameras in the cell because they
disrobe and whatnot.
Correct. But in the hallways, yeah, for sure. regardless, and honestly, the drunk tank is not like a jail cell. They should be able to see the drunk tank.
Yeah, that's drunk. Well, yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't even think there's a bathroom in the drunk tank.
Yeah, I think there may. I don't know. I
don't know. I've never been in the drunk tank.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Probably should have been a couple of times, but I haven't, so whatever.
Have you ever been stopped while drinking?
Nope.
No.
Not once. Because I don't drink and drive, because my mother was almost killed by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
I don't do that shit. For other reasons, I probably should have ended up in the drunk tank. I was 2. Not even 2, I don't think.
She still suffers from issues.
She does. She sure does. And that guy walked away without a scratch. Fuck that guy. He's probably dead now, honestly. But either way, I don't care. Fuck that guy. Rightfully so. Beth, your mic was muted, I think.
My bad.
If you're going to say something, you got to unmute your mic, Beth.
Learn to produce, woman.
Read words.
She's giving me that look like.
Yep.
She's giving me that look like. If you want to see this body later, you better straighten up.
That's not the look that she's giving you. She's the if you want to be able to open your eyes in the morning. It's that look.
Don't hate, appreciate.
If you want to continue to pee standing up, you better watch your butt.
Anywho, so
that is a good point, man. I figure there's probably a tool in there, but I have seen where they have cameras. I don't know. Maybe they got to point a certain way. I don't know. I don't
really care, to be completely honest.
All I know is if I ever end up the trunk tank, I'm gonna look, and which I don't know why I would end up the trunk tank. Hopefully, I wouldn't. But
I mean, I've been arrested. There's cameras in there.
Since when have you been? When were you arrested?
Psycho X. Remember that?
Yeah, but I didn't know you were arrested.
Had you arrested?
Oh.
Yeah, you never told me that.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Oh, Matt. Well, hold on, Matt. Story time.
Beth is Joe's wife.
Story time. I want a story time.
For the moral of the story is don't call someone a psycho bitch in a text message. You can and will be arrested for it. It's called harassing communications.
But what was she? Was she saying things to you too?
Yes, but I didn't go to the police. She did. She went to a magistrate. She showed them the text. I got arrested. Actually, I didn't get arrested. So, so true story time. Okay, what happened was she was cheating on me. I dumped her. I moved on. While I was in a new budding relationship, she is harassing me.
Okay.
I've told her over and over again, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone or I'm going to have you arrested. She wouldn't stop. So finally, I said, listen, you psycho bitch. If you text me one more fucking time, I'm going to have you arrested. Apparently, cursing at someone in that manner, in a text message, is harassing communications. She took it to a magistrate. They swore out a warrant. The chief warrant officer calls my mother because my mom is friends with the cops, all of them, in Arab, and says, hey, your son has a warrant for his arrest. And my mom goes, ha ha, real funny, Jerry. And he goes, I wish I was kidding. She goes, what did he do? Apparently he pissed off his ex. And he tells her, don't worry, nobody's going to go after him. If he's got to go to work tonight, tell him to go to work. When he gets off in the morning, bring him in. Be in and out in 15 minutes. No problem. Fast forward, my mother calls me, tells me all of this. I'm livid because now I have to go work until who knows what time.
Knowing that you've got to go to jail.
Knowing that I'm about to have a criminal record for doing nothing wrong. So I go to work. I get off work. I come home. I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning. Mom comes and gets me. Takes me to the police station. I walk in. Somebody that we went to high school with is working. I don't remember his name, but we did go to high school with him. He was a bigger guy. And I walk in. He goes, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up? I was like, apparently I'm here to turn myself in. And he goes, oh, that's you. I was like, yeah. And he goes, man, this is so stupid. I was like, oh, trust me, I'm aware. So they take my fingerprints. I already have tattoos at this time. So, like, this is how little they gave a shit about what I was.
They didn't take pictures of tattoos?
They didn't take pictures of my tattoos. Nothing. Beth is here in place of Cody right now.
Oh, yeah. Beth is playing our computer person tonight.
Yeah.
Because Cody hasn't been to the show in a month.
A month, because he's a dick.
Dang it, Cody.
He's a dickish dick. He's
I bet
a
he ain't
dickish
even
dick
listening.
and he's in a rut.
I bet
We're
he
in
ain't
a
even
rut. Let's
listening.
shake things up. Let's get married.
What?
Huh? What?
You just proposed to Cody?
No. It's a quote from I Love You, Man. Or no, from Role Models.
Oh.
As appealing as that sounds, I'm really not that interested in being Mrs. Dick in a Rut. Anyway, so they take my fingerprints, they do my mugshot, they don't take pictures of my tattoos. Bail bondsman comes in, and bada bing, bada boom, I'm out. I go home, I go to bed.
What was your bail?
I don't even remember. It's like $500, I think.
About to say it's probably pretty insignificant.
Yeah. Anyway, regardless, moral of the story is, don't cuss at people in text messages, because
But see, I'm pretty sure that law's changed now.
Because bitches suck.
I'm pretty sure that law's changed now. So we literally had a woman like calling my grandmother, cussing her out and threatening to kill her, and the county would not arrest her.
If she was calling, you have to have proof.
We did.
We had
Recorded voicemail.
yeah, we had like voicemail.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and pretty much they said that like it's harassing communications, and they could tell her to stop. And it was one of those things like, what if it continued, they could arrest her, but like you had to like it's not.
I guess it just depends. Well, so you have to go to the magistrate. The magistrate's the one that'll do it.
Okay.
The cops won't do anything while they're there. You have to take the stuff to the
what they ended
magistrate.
up having to. Yeah, they ended up having to go get like a warrant sworn out for, basically.
Correct. So, anywho, what? Psh. Probst is married, Beth.
No, she says. Probst, Beth doesn't think you like her. Well, that's because you were sounding liberal with your Black Lives Matter crap earlier. No. You were defending them. You were defending them. No, I'm just kidding. No, one thing, Probst, you go like if Beth ever puts an opinion out there, like one thing you gotta understand about Beth.
I just read what you said.
Yeah.
One thing you have to Beth is not the confrontational type. She is a libertarian. She votes libertarian just like us. She does share our views, but she is not a confrontational type. She is somebody that's more willing to kind of like, hey, okay, hey man, I'll do what you need me to do, just so you'll leave me alone.
Any whoozy doozy whatsies. Let's go on to.
She's a good one though. She's a good one. I give her crap from this direction, but she really is a good one. I wouldn't trade her for nothing.
Huh.
Maybe $1 bill, but
Matt, at the time, I was 20 years old and broke as shit. That's why. Now I'm 32 and broke as shit. Beside the point. Anyway.
Hey, at least you don't have. At least your this last ex is not a psycho though. Well, I mean the mother of your child.
None of my recent exes are psychos.
I'm talking about the mother of your child though.
Yeah, no, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Love Alyssa to death. Don't want to be with her. Love her to death.
Exactly.
And she's a great mom. And a
Aw.
soon to be second time mom.
Yep, second time mom.
So I'm excited for her and
I'm not excited for her guy that she's with though, because she was kind of a cranky one when she was pregnant.
she's different now. She's
really?
not she's not like that anymore. She's calmed down a lot since Jocelyn.
Oh, I told you had a good voice for radio. Because you got a nice voice.
Thank you, Probst.
Probst, I'm telling you, I'm trying to get her started on OnlyFans where all she does is like just talk.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean that fits their guidelines now.
Oh yeah, we could. Like she could just like read stories in her awesome. Like and her awesome little.
She should just
radio
start
voice.
an ASMR channel. Or
Babe, we could make so much. I wouldn't have to work.
yeah, you
I
could be
could
the
sit
breadwinner
home.
for once.
Hey, I'm to be completely honest with you. She when she was at the hospital, she
was the breadwinner. Yeah.
no. I was still the breadwinner, but she was making good money. I
Take
was
your
still
time,
the
Matt.
breadwinner.
We're always here. Anywhoosie.
That's respectable, Matt. That's super respectable. It's good that you look after your mom.
Moving on.
Do we have to talk about Larry Elder anymore? To me,
No.
he's just a boring subject to me.
He is very boring.
Hey, back to the pregnant thing. I don't blame her for being cranky, because that's...
Yeah, that shit's rough. Shut up,
It's
Joe. You don't know what
rough.
you're talking about.
I'm not
I
saying-
carry a food baby all the time, man. It's ready to be birthed at any moment.
I'm not saying she
Makes
don't
my
have an
back hurt, bro.
excuse. I'm not saying she don't have an excuse. I'm just saying, like, I just noticed when she was pregnant, when you lived next door,
I
that
was
she
cranky.
was. But you
Okay.
weren't Alyssa cranky though.
First off, Alyssa's a Yankee. Second off, she lived with me.
This is
This is yes. If yes, 100. Yes.
bless her soul.
Ladies and gentlemen, she was probably cranky because of him.
I mean, ultimately, regardless of whether it was because of me or because of the pregnancy, it was because of me.
Fully
So,
agree.
Anywho, moving on to wannabe King Biden.
Hold on. What was our second thing?
Biden.
Because Biden's gonna be like our main thing for tonight.
Yeah, which is why we should get into it now.
It's true. Okay. So
Because the rest also ties into Biden because it's
yeah,
Afghanistan.
before we say anything else, straight up, all I want to say is
Fuck you.
eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe.
You got anything to add to that? Okay.
Beth doesn't want to be added to a terror watch list like we do.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. If I went to fly on a plane and they're like, "Sir, we gotta have you flagged as potential extremist," I would be like, "Really? This is so awesome! This is the best day." I don't know if it's the best day.
And I would be
I'd be
standing
like, "This is
beside
such
you
an awesome
shaking
day."
my head.
The what?
I would be standing beside you shaking my head because you were getting so excited.
Yeah, and Beth would be over there like, "Dadgummit, now we gotta freaking drive."
Well, you know, it's just one of those things.
And I'd be driving. I'd be the one driving, and I'd be like, "I'm an extremist because I'm a patriot."
If you wouldn't mind, let's just go ahead and go to Tyrant Biden's press conference.
Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. And then what I say?
Fuck you.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe. I love the fact that I'm just now seeing you doing this over here.
Oh yeah. There's a massive lag tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like our internet, like one weekend our internet will be like fast, super fast, no problem at all. Then the next weekend it's just like having diarrhea, or I guess diarrhea goes quick, so it's constipated. Yeah, it's constipated. That's what you should be saying.
Okay, so let's get that all full screenified. Now, we have time to watch this whole thing. And I kind of want to.
Kylie, that's for the end of the show. That goes with murder hornets and UFOs. Which I do have actual tabs for right now.
What the fuck? Okay, listen. We're not talking about that crap right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's going into Joe's corner with UFOs, murder hornets, and now Taco Bell.
Roll that terrible tyrant footage.
We're going to have to sit through this because it's like 30 minutes.
As COVID-19 has been hitting this country hard,
We'll just
we
talk
have
over
the
it.
tools to combat the virus. If we can come together as a country and use those tools. If we raise our vaccination rate, protect ourselves and others with masking, expanded testing, and identify people who are infected. We can and we will turn the tide of COVID-19. It'll take a lot of hard work. It's going to take some time. Many of us are frustrated with nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated.
Pause that, Beth.
Even though
Are you frustrated with the 80 million Americans? Stupid. Me either. Stupid count one. Beth, are you upset with the 80 million Americans?
No.
You know why we're not upset with 80 million Americans?
Because we believe in freedom.
Because it's none of our fucking business.
Right. Agreed.
the vaccine is safe, effective, and free. You might be confused about what is true and what is false about COVID-19. So before I outline the new steps...
We can't even... Okay, so you know the reason people are so confused?
Because of idiots like him in
Yes.
the CDC.
Yes, and Dr. Fuki.
Dr. Fucky.
Yes. Well, I wasn't going to say that, but...
Well, I will.
Yes, I know. Because one minute, you know, and now I will be one of those people that will agree, like, yeah, science changes. Like if 1 minute you're saying this,
Yeah.
and then you come back and say this, that's fine. Just say, hey guys, we weren't sure, we didn't know, other things would come up. But no, the way they like to address it is, no, we knew the whole time. What are you talking about? You're wrong. You're wrong. Like
And
they
for
act
that,
like
I say, fuck you.
eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe.
Continue.
To fight COVID-19 that I'm going to be announcing tonight, let me give you some clear information about where we stand. First, we've made considerable progress in battling COVID-19. When I became president, about 2 million Americans were fully vaccinated. Today, over 175 million Americans have that protection.
Hold on. Pause that. What protection? He's going to say in this speech that the unvaccinated have to get vaccinated to protect the ones who are vaccinated. So, does the vaccine give protection or not? Pick one. It doesn't work both ways.
Right. Continue.
Before I took office, we hadn't ordered enough vaccine for every American. Just weeks in office.
She's writing it down.
The week before I took office on January 20th of this year, over 25,000 Americans died that week from COVID-19. Last week, that grim weekly toll was down 70%. And then 3 months before I took office, our economy was faltering, creating just 50,000 jobs a month. We're now averaging 700,000 new jobs a month in the past 3 months.
No. These are not 700,000 new jobs. These are jobs that haven't been filled because you won't let people fucking go back to work.
Right.
You are fucking
stupid. Well,
sorry, you're about to work your hand to death.
I looked this up the other day, and they said that actually, these are jobs that were filled, apparently. I did look it up. These actually were jobs that were, like, because they said that, I guess, whatever, 100 and however many thousand, those, like...
Okay, listen. Creating a job posting and creating a new job are not the same.
They said that what it was is they don't know the job. They just know that many people, I guess, come off of unemployment.
Correct.
Which,
it's not new jobs, though.
Yeah, correct.
Nobody's creating new jobs right now because there's nobody fucking working.
Right. And what we found out under Obama is they were able to use the same tactic, and they used the same tactic. And what they did is they
create the illusion of success.
Right. They redefined what it meant to be unemployed.
Yeah. Well, no, they redefined what it meant to create a new job.
Yeah. And what it was is eventually the people that just had not been looking for a job for so long, they dropped them off the list.
Yeah, of course.
And so, they must be working again. AKA, they're probably still not working. We're just saying they're working because they're not on the list no more.
First off, second off,
stupid.
It's my favorite button, man.
Stupid.
And also,
Whatever you want me to do.
Whatever you want me to do. Continue, Beth.
This progress is real. But while America is much better shape than it was 7 months ago when I took office, I need to tell you a second fact. We're in a tough stretch, and it could last for a while.
Pause it. How? How is it going to last a while when it's only a quarter of Americans that aren't vaccinated?
Look, okay, so one thing.
How does it last a while when nearly 75%, nearly 80% have some sort of protection from COVID?
Because no matter what, I mean, and he's kind of saying the silent part out loud.
Here's the goalposts. Right before the ball gets there.
Well, see, what he's doing is he's saying the silent part out loud, which is there's no such thing as zero COVID. There never will be. It's impossible. Zero COVID is not a thing.
To this, I say, fuck you.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, John. Continue, Beth.
Highly contagious Delta variant that I began to warn America about back in July spread late summer.
High contagious, less
it did
deadly.
in another country before us.
Be honest.
While the vaccines provide strong protection.
So me and Beth actually looked up the statistics for, Alabama and the county by county deaths, right? Mm-hmm. Because the way they're making it sound is like people just dropping left and right, right?
Yeah.
Last 7 days, you know how many, so we live in Marshall County, you know how many deaths there have been in the last 7 days? 0.
Yeah, you know why I know that?
Huh?
Because I looked at that Friday.
Yeah, 0 deaths. We've had 0 deaths. In the past 7, that's the past 7 days. But still, I'd say that's... So what the problem is that our hospitals are becoming overcrowded from people being sick.
Correct.
But see, in my opinion...
Also, all these kids that are in the hospital right now with COVID, they got COVID at the hospital because they went to the hospital with RSV.
Wasn't surprised.
Because RSV's going around real bad right now.
Oh, yeah. Bryson and both of our kids had it.
Yeah, Beckham had a really hard time.
Beckham had a really hard time with it. It was like if I like usually I'm the type of dad that's like, Beth, don't take them to the doctor. Like they're fine, just let them tough it out. They'll help their immune system. No, I looked at her and I'm like, you might need to take him to the emergency room because it was bad. Like he was miserable.
Yeah, and for y'all that don't know, Beckham's only 4 months old. So
yeah, Beckham's only 4 months, so it was a scary situation. But where was I going with this?
I don't know, man.
But man, I lost. I had like a whole trail I was following, and that trail was just like, whoosh. No, back. Rewind me a little bit, Beth. Oh, I know what I was going for. So, the way they're acting is like this is last March, right? But if you go look at the statistical waves in the statistics, like the winter time was actually the worst time we've had so far with cases and whatnot.
As it usually is,
right? It just
with
like
respiratory illnesses,
and just like I've told Beth, like what I want to stock up on food and whatever we got to do this, to make sure that we don't have to. We can limit our movement this winter time, so we're not having to go to the store a lot because it's probably going to peak again.
I'm not worried about it. Yes, you can still spread it, Kyler. That's the whole fucking point. Like, just let this dumbass speak for himself.
Yeah, he even says it. He even comes out and says it. Yeah.
Let's not interrupt for a solid couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's just
we're vaccinated. We read about and hear about and we see the stories of hospitalized people on their deathbeds among the unvaccinated over the past few weeks. This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. And it's caused by the fact that despite America having unprecedented and successful vaccination program, despite the fact that for almost 5 months, free vaccines have been available in 80,000 different locations, we still have nearly 80 million Americans who have failed to get the shot. And to make matters worse,
not failed,
there are elected officials actively working to undermine the fight against COVID-19.
Pause it.
Instead of
it's so hard. It's so hard.
First off, what fucking elected official is acting against vaccination. I have heard zero politicians
I've yet to hear one say, "Do not get the shot."
say don't get the shot, except for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I do believe they were the ones saying they weren't going to get it.
If it came out under Trump.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. Gaslighting.
I guess Joe forgot that he's a dipshit and said, I don't trust it.
Yep. Yep.
It's free country. I can say whatever the fuck I want about that man. I have freedom of speech. I'm not asking anybody to knock him off. I'm not asking anybody to do anything that's going to hurt him. He's more likely to fall in the shower and die than he is to fucking get shot. Okay?
All I'm saying is, house cleaner, if you just...
All I'm saying is that if I were Joe Biden, I would have had a food tester years ago because Kamala Harris...
And make sure that your house cleaner,
poisoning him.
Cleaned all the soap off the bottom of your shower before you get in there.
Anyway,
he probably don't even stand up to shower.
I don't know. I guess his dog was a Russian agent because his dog tripped him back in the day, remember? Dog tried to take him out.
Beth died over there.
So, I mean...
But, he probably has one of those bathtubs, like you see, for old people where they
with the door.
With the door. Like where it's empty, then they close the
close
door
the door
and they fill it up.
Yeah.
It's like
That's funny.
Indoor old person jacuzzi.
You're probably right. Hey, your mic.
I know.
Yeah, but
if you're going to talk, you got to
say it so that everybody can hear it.
I said, I do want one of those jacuzzi things.
Hey, more power to you.
Those things probably cost more than having our whole bathroom tiled.
Anyway, back to the meat of this issue. It's not a pandemic of the unvaccinated because people with the vaccine are fucking spreading the virus.
Yeah, I believe
you cannot have it both ways.
Well, I mean, they even talk about how even if you're vaccinated, you still spread the virus. That's why you got to wear the mask.
I know. Continue.
Encouraging people to get vaccinated and mask up. They're ordering mobile morgues for the unvaccinated dying from COVID in their communities.
This was happening in the beginning.
This is totally unacceptable.
You're totally unacceptable, you loony dickbag.
Adds up. Here's the math. The vast majority of Americans...
You can't add.
Good work, Beth.
You fucking suck at math, Joe.
That Joe.
Yeah, that Joe.
I'm mediocre at it.
I mean, I suck at math too, but at least I'm man enough to admit it.
Fair enough.
Joe Biden doesn't know how to do math. He doesn't know how to do anything. Because he is a useless sack of shit.
Yes.
Who is only politically relevant because Barack Obama needed an elderly white guy to run with him so that he'd win the presidency.
Oh, there's typing.
Yeah, Kyler said that somebody's making a metric fuckload off this vaccine.
Well, yeah, like the people making are...
And they're not being held accountable for it. Oh, wait. That's only gun manufacturers, though, right? That's only gun manufacturers? Aren't they the only ones that are not held liable for the harm that their products do? Except for now it's the vaccine manufacturers that you're trying to force us to take.
See, this is what people aren't understanding. They see free for us. So they're like, oh, well, this vaccine's free. These people are making it out of the goodness of their heart. No. The government...
No, your tax dollars are paying for this vaccine.
Yeah. We're still paying for it. It's just we're not paying for it directly. Like, these people are still receiving money to make these vaccines. And they're receiving a lot of freaking money to make these vaccines.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, continue.
Thing. Nearly three-quarters of the eligible have gotten at least one shot. But one quarter has not gotten any. That's nearly 80 million Americans not vaccinated.
How many times
is
that?
In a country as large as ours, that's 25% minority. That 25%
Are you sure?
causes a lot of damage.
Sure it's not a majority?
The unvaccinated overcrowd our hospitals, or overrunning emergency rooms.
So, this is my theory, but I think there is some fact out there about this. It's not that the hospitals are actually being overrun.
They're understaffed.
They're understaffed.
Yeah.
And so they were only opening so many beds because they can only staff so many beds. Mm-hmm. Which brought us to our little problem that we had last week with people getting mad about, oh, well, nurses, this, that, and the other. Nurses should do their job.
Which led to somebody being in my inbox.
Instead of mine. That was weird.
Instead of yours.
Yeah.
Telling me the facts. First off, fuck your facts. I don't care what you have to say. I wasn't involved other than talking about it on this podcast. Second off,
we weren't really even insulting anybody. That's why I felt it was weird to me because it's like I felt like somebody felt insulted even though we weren't insulting anybody.
No, he was just upset that we decided to talk about his wife on the air. And guess what? I don't give a fuck.
Hey.
Fuck you.
No, I'm not going to tell him. I'm not telling him dick. No.
You should have. No. Anyway, regardless, they're not overcrowding the hospitals. The hospitals are understaffed.
Because
bad.
See,
that's why travel nurses right now are making like a year's worth of salary in 3 months.
Yeah. But you know,
I know this because I have a friend who just became a travel nurse.
You remember back when this all started, and they had that big ship that pulled into New York, right?
Oh, you mean the one that they didn't use and they turned it away?
Yeah. And by the way, that was at the.
But Trump did nothing to help.
That was at the. That was at the beginning of this. This wasn't even the peak during the wintertime. Now, do you remember in the wintertime? Did you hear anything about our hospitals being stressed during the wintertime? No,
not really.
No, you heard about it being an issue, and oh man, you know, hospitals are, you know, they're really feeling it, but nothing about, oh hey, where they're being overrun and we don't have any beds. Nothing about that.
No.
Nothing.
But you know, there's doctors and nurses going, we're not going to care for you because you're not getting vaccinated. Oh, well, cool. Still not getting vaccinated.
And I just don't trust it, man.
I don't trust it. I don't need it, and I don't fucking want it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I told my HR representative that Friday.
We'll get into that in here in a minute.
Yeah, because he's going to get into that.
We're still like, are we even 5 minutes into it yet?
No.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Let's
talking. Let's just let him go through some more.
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to.
We'll just talk over it.
Yeah.
Care units, leaving no room for someone with a heart attack or pancreatitis or cancer.
I believe most people have probably seen this video, so we can probably talk over it.
I want to emphasize that the vaccines provide very strong protection from severe illness from COVID-19. I know there's a lot of confusion and misinformation, but the world's leading scientists confirm that if you're fully vaccinated, your risk of severe illness from COVID-19 is very low.
So open the country back up, you stupid piece of shit.
Only 1 out of every 160,000 fully vaccinated Americans was hospitalized for COVID per day.
Then why the fuck does it matter if I'm vaccinated?
Exactly.
So here's where we stand. The path ahead, even though the Delta variant is not nearly as bad as last winter. But what makes it incredibly more frustrating,
not nearly as bad as last winter,
to combat COVID-19, and the distinct minority of Americans, supported by a distinct minority of elected officials, are keeping us from turning the corner. These pandemic politics, I refer to, are making people sick, causing them to die.
But they're the ones that are causing the politics, not us.
To stand in the way of protecting the large majority of Americans who have done their part. I want to get back to life as normal.
I'm already back to life as normal.
I never quit living my life.
Play pussy with me, Joe.
To be vaccinated to combat those blocking public health. My plan also increases testing, protects our economy, and will make our kids safer in schools.
No,
kids are already safe.
It consists of 6 broad areas of action, and many specific measures in each.
All right, no, pause it. All right, no, you got to pause it. We went too long. Too much to talk about. So, here's the thing. Kids are required to mask in school, right?
Yep.
Masks are effective, right?
Yep.
Effective.
Sure.
Why did both of my children end up with RSV? Why is RSV a thing? Why is RSV going around if masks are so effective? Keep on going, Beth.
Those actions you can read more about on whitehouse.gov.
Are you sure
White
that it's not
House.
whitehouse.com/gov/
measures
blah, blah, blah?
These are
I don't know what the
whatever you
fuck
want
I'm
me to
talking
say, man.
about.
to have full impact. But if we implement them, I believe, and the scientists indicate, that the months ahead we can reduce the number of unvaccinated Americans, decrease hospitalizations and deaths, and allow our children to go to school safely and keep our economy strong by keeping businesses open.
You are
First, we must increase vaccinations among the unvaccinated with new vaccination requirements.
Here we go.
With nearly 80 million eligible Americans who have not gotten vaccinated, many said they were waiting for approval from the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. Well, last month, the FDA granted that approval. So, the time for waiting is over. This summer, we made progress through the combination of vaccine requirements and incentives, as well as the FDA approval. 4 million more people got their first shot in August than they did in July. But we need to do more. This is not about freedom,
Greedy
or
ass.
personal choice. It's about protecting yourself and those around you, the people you work with,
I'm calling it now.
the people you care about.
I'm calling it now. And in the next election, now that he's mandated or trying to mandate vaccines, just like Obama mandated insurance, though he'll at this next election he's gonna be like, this administration has had more people get vaccinated than any other administration. 'Cause you mandated it, you dick.
Don't be a dick.
Stupid. Continue.
The people you love. My job as president is to protect all Americans.
No, it's not.
So tonight, I'm announcing that the Department of Labor is developing an emergency rule to require all employers with 100 or more employees that together employ over 80 million workers to ensure their workforces are fully vaccinated or show a negative test at least once a week. Some of the biggest companies are already requiring this. United Airlines, Disney, Tyson's Food, and even Fox News. The bottom line, we're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated co-workers. We're going to reduce the spread
Hold on, pause
of
it. Go back about 15 seconds. You just hit the arrow keys. Play that again.
Some of the biggest companies are already requiring this. United Airlines, Disney, Tyson's Food, and even Fox News.
Wait for it.
The bottom line, we're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated co-workers.
Pause that.
Why do you have to protect the vaccinated
Whoa,
from the
whoa,
unvaccinated?
whoa, 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 whoa. So you're saying the vaccine doesn't work?
Uh-oh. What was that?
I mean, is that what he just said?
What was that? Were you lying?
Isn't that what he just said?
I
Because if the
mean-
vaccine works, then what does it matter
this is
if
the-
their coworkers are not vaccinated?
But-
If the vaccine doesn't work, also what does it matter if the coworkers are vaccinated or not?
So here's the thing. The vaccine works, right? It works. Like if you're
It
vaccinated.
just doesn't work the same
Right.
way as other vaccines because it's not a vaccine.
Well, see, what the thing is
By
like,
definition, it does
like
not.
if you've had the vaccine,
give
yeah,
you
you're
immunity.
way less likely to get severely sick, right? You don't need protection from the unvaccinated.
No, you already have that. It's
Right.
called the vaccine.
Right. But see, the reason why people don't trust it is because junk like this. Like, oh, well, you need protection from the unvaccinated. Well, that means this is obviously not a very successful thing if, I still have to worry about wearing a mask and social distancing even after being vaccinated. Stupid.
Continue.
We're going to reduce the spread of COVID-19 by increasing the share of the workforce that is vaccinated in businesses all across America. My plan will extend the vaccination requirements
Thank you, Joe.
that I previously issued in the healthcare field. Already, I've announced we'll be requiring vaccinations of all nursing home workers who treat patients on Medicare and Medicaid because I have that federal authority. Tonight, I'm using that same authority to expand that to cover those who work in hospitals, home health care facilities, or other medical facilities. A total of 17 million health care.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's let him get to the end of the mandates.
I'm pretty sure though he doesn't have the authority to have personal or private medical companies.
No, he doesn't.
Now maybe state run or federally run, fine, but not.
He doesn't have the authority to do any of this. Anyway, continue.
Workers. If you're seeking care at a health facility, you should be able to know that the people treating you are vaccinated. Simple, straightforward, period. Next, I will sign an executive order that will now require all executive branch federal employees to be vaccinated. All. And I've signed another executive order that will require federal contractors to do the same. If you want to work with the federal government, do business with us, get vaccinated. If you want to do business with the federal government, vaccinate your workforce. And tonight, I'm removing one of the last remaining obstacles that make it difficult for you to get vaccinated. The Department of Labor will require employers with 100 or more workers to give those workers paid time off to get vaccinated.
Because that wasn't actually an
No one
option.
should lose pay in order to get vaccinated or take a loved one to get vaccinated. Today, in total, the vaccine requirements in my plan will affect about 100 million Americans, two-thirds of all workers. And for other sectors, I issue this appeal to those of you running large entertainment venues, from sports arenas, to concert venues, to movie theaters. Please require folks to get vaccinated or show a negative test as a condition of entry. And to the nation's family physicians, pediatricians, GPs, general practitioners, you're the most trusted medical voice to your patients. You may be the one person who can get someone to change their mind about being vaccinated.
Please brainwash them.
I'm asking each of you to reach out to your unvaccinated patients over the next 2 weeks and make a personal appeal to them to get the shot. America needs your personal involvement in this critical effort. My message to unvaccinated Americans is this: what more is there to wait for? What more do you need to see? We've made vaccinations free, safe, and convenient. The vaccine is FDA approval. Over 200 million Americans have gotten at least one shot. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin.
Pause that.
And your refusal has cost.
I don't give a single damn shit about your
Let me
patients.
tell you,
I don't give.
I am plumb tickled to hear you say that because our patience has been gone with you.
Yeah, do we get to make some mandates for you? Like, can you actually freaking do your job for once and, not be a piece of shit?
Woo!
Like,
First off, let me address this federal contractor thing. I'm a federal contractor.
you work for a federal contractor.
No, I am a contractor.
That's what I'm saying. You work for one, right?
Yeah, I am a contractor.
Right.
I'm not getting the vaccine.
Eat a dick.
Fuck you. Second off, if it's for all federal employees,
why does Congress not have to get it?
No. Why is the Postal Service not having to take it?
Because they have a
Why
union.
are they exempt?
Because they have a union. Because unions are also shit.
So,
Like,
what are we doing here? Because it sounds
it's all
to me
politics. It's bullshit politics. That's exactly what it
It
is.
sounds to me like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you've cut deals with certain sectors.
If this is such a terrible, nasty thing that's killing so many people, and it's just so terrible, like you try to make it out to be, and that it's, we gotta get vaccinated because it's just so terrible, then how are you able to cut deals with unions over it? Like, why do you not just look at the unions like, no, eat a dick, freaking get vaccinated? Like, you just gotta do it.
That would be because he doesn't have the authority to make anybody get vaccinated Because the Constitution doesn't grant him the power to dictate to Americans. If you want to see a dictatorship in its infancy,
Here you go.
there you go.
Yep.
You're looking at it.
If you want to see a civil war in its infancy,
Here you go.
here you
You're
go.
looking at it.
Yep. And the sad part for me is, I honestly thought we were going to wake up today. Friday. I thought we were going to wake up Friday, and I'm not going to lie. I expected to turn on the news.
I thought shit was going to be blown up and on fire.
I expected protests. I didn't even see a damn protest.
They're not going to show you the protests. You know
Fox
why?
News would.
No, they wouldn't.
No, because they're pushing the vaccine too.
I don't
which
think
is
anybody's
fine.
going to show you a protest about this.
Because it's fine. You want to push the vaccine, fine. But at least
Here's the deal.
give people
Okay?
what they need to know.
So
about it.
what he's done, because we're pretty much done with this speech now. I don't give a fuck about the rest of it. It doesn't matter.
Hold on, let it roll just a little longer. There was a few things I think.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. What he's done is he has handed this mandate to unelected bureaucrats who face no consequence from the American people and said, I can't do this. You do it. No. That's not how this works. There are no workarounds.
Yep.
Okay? You don't get to work around the fact that you can't mandate something, so you make somebody else mandate it.
Kind of like how he did with all his other stuff. Like, oh, well, I can't. What was it?
Well, the eviction moratorium, for one.
Well, I can't do that. Did it anyway?
The Supreme Court said I can't do it. Hold my beer.
Yeah.
That's not how this works, buddy. Like,
You were subject to the American people.
you work for us, not the
Right.
other way around. The people who
weird.
want to get the vaccine have already gotten the vaccine.
Yeah.
The rest of us have told you to shove the vaccine up your ass. And are going to continue to tell you to shove the vaccine up your ass. Because I ain't getting the fucking thing. It will not go in my body. I don't want it. I don't need it. Other than being slightly overweight, I have 0 health conditions.
For sure.
I'm not 60. I'm not 50. I'm not 40. I'm under 35 years old. I have a 0.003% chance of dying from COVID. I'm not worried about it, okay? I don't care. I'm not getting the shot. I will claim a religious exemption because guess what? Weapons are my religion. And weapons say, I don't have to fucking do anything that you tell me to do. And I can protect those beliefs by force if necessary.
Which may be what we're about to see if America will, grow some freaking balls.
America has no balls anymore.
Those
Or
big-
this clown wouldn't be in office right now.
Yeah.
The fact that his own party has run away from him kicking and screaming.
I feel like if America had balls, we would have actually seen something Friday.
Correct.
Whether even just be protests. Didn't see protests.
The thing is like, it does no good for a couple. So here's the thing. We did see things Thursday night. It just wasn't protest. It was outrage. There was a ton of just, nope, not doing that.
Yeah. It was mostly
all over social media. And really that's
but it
all we
was
need.
social media, though.
Because there's no sense in getting together and demonstrating about it. Because at the end of the day, it's an individual choice.
And really all the demonstration is going to be like, if all these idiots are getting together, it's going to be a super spreader event.
Yeah, exactly. They're just going to use it against us. So
Right.
it's actually a smart move to not have demonstrations because it gives them less ammo.
Right.
But also, we got to hold our ground. Like, if you don't want the vaccine, don't get the vaccine. Do not be threatened. Don't let them threaten your livelihood if you refuse a vaccine.
That's what me and somebody else was talking about today. Like, it's that's what America needs to see. America needs to see people that just straight up just stand up and just say no.
Yeah.
And we need to do it as
But here's
one
the thing.
voice.
Here's the thing. Like, you can tell me that I have to get vaccinated to do business with the federal government, and I'm going to straight up tell you my vaccination status has nothing to do with the ability of this business to do business with you.
Yep.
And also, it's a HIPAA violation to ask me if I'm vaccinated or not. It's none of your fucking business. That's between me, my doctor, and God.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have something else to say about it, you can go fuck yourself, because I don't care.
Yep, eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe. Let him continue, because this is...
I think there's a little bit more that we could hear.
All of us. So please do the right thing. But don't take it from me. Listen to the voices of unvaccinated Americans who are lying in hospital beds, taking their final breath saying, if only I got...
Make sure you take it from Biden, not Lee. Don't ask Lee. Ask Biden.
You did that.
I
It's like a mouthful of drink.
rewind that just a hair.
I don't even like you anymore.
Just a hair.
You're fired. I need a new co-host. Anybody want to come co-host?
Please do the right thing. But don't take it from me. Listen to the voices of unvaccinated
Don't take it from me.
who are lying.
Don't take it from Lee.
Don't take it from Lee. I mean, me. I mean, fuck. So, here's
I'm
the
not
thing.
gonna lie.
Hold on. No, pause it. So, you know, he keeps saying they gave me a list of who to call on. Is Lee they?
Oh.
Welcome to Justin's Conspiracy Corner. Where I talk about things that actually make sense. I think Lee is they. I think Lee's the one pulling the strings. I want to know who Lee is. Because Lee needs his ass whooped. Or her. Whatever.
Connor makes a pretty good point. See, infinite money glitch. The companies that make the vaccine will fund the Democrat Party while the federal government cuts checks for companies that make the vaccine. Outlandish, but could happen. And actually, no, Kyler, that seems like that could be pretty legit, actually.
Yeah. Except for you can't really have an infinite money glitch because at some point the value of the dollar becomes worthless. So,
But until then, though.
Well, you're already seeing it.
Yeah.
Your dollar now buys less than it did 6 months ago.
Yeah. But while the system's going, though, you will have that. I don't know if I'd call it an infinite money glitch. I'd call it an infinite money.
Pyramid scheme?
No, like, you know, when they say there is something but it's not there. Like not a mirage, but infinite money.
You know the thing.
Infinite money illusion.
Sure.
Yes, I call it infinite money illusion. Like it's not an actual infinite money deal, but
anyway,
it looks like it for now. The money just keeps circulating.
Provided that we don't have rampant voter fraud in the 2022 election cycle, things going to change by a lot.
I don't know. We'll see.
But if this continues, if this dictator wannabe is allowed to remain in power, you're not going to get anything done with 2022 because it won't matter because they'll just rig all the elections and elections won't matter anymore. It'll be 100% Democrat and they'll do whatever the fuck they want.
It'll be like the Middle East where you feel like you're showing up and doing something, but it's already planned.
I mean, like Syria
well,
or Russia,
yeah,
for that matter.
Yeah.
You know, because Vladimir Putin is legitimately a dictator who has the illusion of being elected every year.
All right, Beth, roll it just a little more. Let's see what else we can squeeze out of this stupid.
Not much.
Taking their final breath saying, if only I got vaccinated. If only. It's a tragedy. Please don't let it become yours. Second piece of my plan is continue to protect the vaccinated. The vast majority of you who have gotten vaccinated, I understand your anger at those who haven't gotten vaccinated. I understand the anxiety about getting a breakthrough case.
So much unity.
But as the science makes clear, if you're fully vaccinated, you're highly protected from severe illness.
Then why do you have to protect the vaccinated?
COVID-19. In fact, recent data indicates there's only one confirmed positive case per 5,000 fully vaccinated Americans per day. You're
per
as
day.
safe as possible. And we're doing everything we can to keep it that way. Keep it that way. Keep it safe. That's where boosters come in. The shots give even more protection.
FDA has not even
Pause
researched
that,
this yet.
pause that.
They haven't even researched this yet.
Yep. They're already starting to push the boosters. The administration is pushing the boosters without the FDA approval. Think about that, people. Think about that. Then when people start dropping dead because they're getting boosters before it's approved by the FDA, then the FDA comes back and says, oh, shit. You get that booster, you're going to effing die.
They literally have not even started the research on this, and he's pushing it anyway.
Yep.
2 senior FDA officials quit because of this.
Yep. Sure did. They quit. They left. They left because
You know what? Everything that they said Trump was going to do, Biden is doing.
Yeah, of course.
Literally.
And this is the kind of politics that just pissed me off because we're watching, like everything they get mad about Trump for, Biden's doing, but nothing. There's nothing. Just, whoop.
Every single thing they accuse Trump of, Biden is guilty of.
Pretty much.
Period.
Yep.
Continue.
Now, I know there's some confusion about boosters, so let me be clear. Last month, our top government doctors announced an initial plan for booster shots for vaccinated Americans.
No, they
They
didn't.
believe the booster is likely to provide the highest level of protection yet.
No, they don't.
Of course, the decision of which booster shots to give, when to start them, and who will give them will be left completely to the scientists at the FDA and the Centers for Disease Control.
Except for you literally just ran roughshod
While
over
we
them and
wait,
announced it
We've done our
when they
part.
haven't even started researching it yet.
Yep.
I'm done. I'm fucking done, dude.
Skip all the way to the end, Beth. To the very end.
You're not far from the end.
Right there.
It doesn't.
Just right there. That's fine. Right there. We just got to show him being creepy. Our internet is being junk.
Try hitting the pause button.
Back it up just a hair. See if it'll. Oh, wait. Okay, there you go. Go for it.
As one nation. Look, we're the United States of America. There's nothing, not a single thing we're unable to do if we do it together. So let's stay together. God bless you all, and all those who continue to serve on the front lines of this pandemic. And may God protect our troops. Get vaccinated.
First off, no. Second off, why the fuck are you so creepy?
Yeah. Golly, man. I'll tell you what.
Get vaccinated.
You know, somebody brought up a point the other day. Like, I think a lot of people didn't vote for Biden. They just voted against Trump.
No, that's the whole point.
I just... Like, okay, so obviously I'm not a Trump fan. But if, like, I got Trump and Biden, and I didn't
You know
have
what?
a third
I would
party,
really love some fucking $1.97 gas and mean tweets.
I would take that over Biden, for sure. Now, obviously, I want to see the Libertarian Party come up, so I'm pulling for the Libertarian Party because we want to see that come up.
We all know right now that that's not going to happen.
Right.
So, all things being equal, I'll take some $1.97 gas and mean tweets. Okay? Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. But, you know, that's what people would say. Oh, he just made us look bad because of mean tweets. This dude is literally...
This guy is literally the laughing stock of the world right now.
Yeah. Like, people would say junk about Trump, but at least they weren't laughing at him.
Yeah. Hey.
They were calling Trump an idiot.
So, he's done. He's literally about to walk off, taking no questions.
Full screen our butts again. Get him off our screen.
He's going to take 0 questions right here. He's going to walk off because, you know, that's what he does. Now, I would like for you, Beth, to pull up Kamala Harris talking about the women's right to bodily autonomy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's going to be a good one right there.
It's recent. You can filter it by like this week.
It literally happened the same day.
Yeah. It should just be her speaking. That one. Yep. Okay, I'm putting us back on the screen share. Let her go.
So I want to thank you all for being here today. We are going to have a robust and candid conversation about what's going on in our country, and in particular what just recently happened in Texas. But I will repeat what I know you all know. The President and I are unequivocal in our support of Roe v. Wade and the constitutionality of Roe v. Wade and the right of women to make decisions for themselves with whomever they choose about their own bodies.
Pause it.
They have a right to choose what they want to do with their own bodies.
Wait, hold on. So women who don't exist have the right to choose what they do with their own bodies. And everybody else can go fuck themselves. That's basically what this administration has said. But women don't exist, so really they don't have the right to choose what they do with their own bodies because women don't exist. So if women don't exist, who's choosing what they get to do with their own bodies that don't exist?
Ooh. Things are just...
So you're telling me that women who don't exist get to choose what they do with their bodies, but because women don't exist, there's no bodies, so they can't choose what they do with their own bodies because there are none, and women don't exist. So people don't get to choose what they do with their own bodies. See, it all makes sense now.
It's part of gaslighting, man, I'm telling you.
It all makes perfect sense now, because if women don't exist, like if male and female is a construct, then nobody gets to choose what they do with their own bodies. Because she just defined the people who get to choose what to do with their own bodies as women, who clearly, according to the Democrat Party, do not exist. Therefore, medical apartheid. I mean, I'm not wrong.
The Democratic Party just confuses me.
I'm not wrong, am I?
They just... I don't
If women don't exist, how are they going to choose what to do with bodies that don't exist? Because there are no women.
This is
right?
the Schrodinger situation.
Right?
It's a Schrodinger... It's
right? Schrodinger's vagina. Yes.
Schrodinger's vagina.
Hold on.
Yep. Full show.
Stupid. That's all I wanted out of that bitch. She's stupid, and I don't care. Okay, I gotta get us back on. I gotta get our asses back on the full screen. There we go. Okay, so now that we've covered the fact that women don't exist, so nobody gets to choose what to do with their own body because men and women are constructs that don't exist.
According to the Democratic Party.
According to the Democratic Party, therefore they can mandate vaccines because there's no such thing as men and women are the only people that get to choose what to do with their own bodily autonomy. Right?
Right.
Yep. Beth? Feel free. I need you to verbally confirm. Correct?
Great.
Thank you.
If you're going to be part of the show, you got to take part.
Stupid. That's all we need to know about the Democrat Party. In a nutshell.
Yep.
Men and women don't exist. Therefore, nobody gets to choose what they do with their own body. And the government can tell you what to do, what to put in your body. Also, Cody sent me something, and whether it's true or not, I don't know. So I'm not even going to put it up on the screen. But it was about the COVID vaccines and the fact that they're causing people's blood to clot.
Yes. No, that is
like
true. That is
bad.
True. Yeah, that's true. It's just not. It's not obviously every case, but there are cases out there where it's causing blood clots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's been known to cause men in our age group to have heart conditions out of nowhere.
And teenagers.
Yeah. like our age and younger.
Yeah, but I believe they said it's mostly men.
Yeah, no, it's 100% men.
Yeah, and that's to me that's the kind of junk that weirds me out because it's like there's already a battle on for men, like to destroy men in this world, and that's just
also let's not even forget the fact that China has been completely dishonest about all of this.
So, okay, since you brought this up,
also Fauci, forgot to put him in the rundown. Fauci, blatantly lied to Congress. And it's apparent now because the documentation coming out of Wuhan shows that they were doing gain of function to make things more infectious towards humans.
Oh, yeah.
But Fauci didn't lie to Congress.
Okay, so, so you got Fauci. He came out and pretty much, or he didn't say anything, but they pretty much come out and found out he was lying about that.
Yeah, they know for a fact that he was lying.
Well, you know.
What they're saying, though, is that it was a different coronavirus than what we're combating. The problem with that is, again, it came from China. China is dishonest about literally everything.
The point is, though, is what actually happened was the United States gave money to
the NIH.
No. We gave money to the NIH gave money to a group called EcoHealth
Alliance. Yes.
And then
the United States, hold on.
They gave money.
The United States gives money to the NIH.
Right.
The NIH offers grants. EcoHealth Alliance works in the Wuhan lab.
Right.
With the Chinese government.
But see, I'm saying that's how they're able to word it and say, no, we didn't fund that because we gave it to them.
No. They said they did not fund gain of function research, even though they funded EcoHealth Alliance. It doesn't matter if they're funding EcoHealth Alliance or not. What matters is the research that company does.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if you're giving a company money and they're doing gain of function research, period, you have funded gain of function research because that is money that they don't have to spend to be able to spend money on gain of function.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's where their sly politics.
But that's not even what Dr. Fauci said.
No, because he said we did not give money to the Wuhan lab for gain of function research, right? That's what he said.
No, he told Ron Paul, who is a fucking doctor, that he didn't know what he was talking about because he changed the definition of gain of function.
See, no, listen. See, that's how they're able to do this, though. We technically did not give the Wuhan lab money.
We gave EcoHealth Alliance, who works in the Wuhan lab, money.
Exactly.
But I'm not still funding gain of function research in the Wuhan lab because EcoHealth Alliance is the one that does the gain of function research.
I'm not saying no. That's what I'm saying though. Is they did this on purpose. They gave it to this.
Because there's a moratorium on it in the United States. They can't directly fund it.
You know what that's also called though? Money laundering.
Yeah.
The United States.
I don't know if you've noticed or not, but our government is corrupt as fuck.
Yeah. Like they literally laundered money to destroy our world, basically.
I mean, they literally armed the cartels in Mexico.
They literally just armed one of the largest terrorist groups in the entire world.
Nothing surprises me
and
anymore.
we aren't shooting yet? Like, come on.
Be a man.
Why are we not like painting half our faces blue and mooning the president?
First off,
with our kilts.
I'm going to tell you right now. When the war starts, we will be a black flag squad. No surrender, no quarter.
See, here's the thing. I've not been a black flag guy. I didn't want to buy a black flag. I didn't really like a lot of the people that were pulling the black flag trend, right? A lot of them were kind of redneck, and I didn't want to associate myself with that, right?
Well, no. But the thing is that this ideology cannot be allowed to continue.
No, if it does, either. So here's one or two. We have one or two options. One option is we allow it to keep going, and our country just collapses.
It's going to. It's already starting.
Yes, either that, or we have a civil war. That's your two options.
Yeah.
So something's going to happen.
But the thing is I will not go down without a fight.
No, especially as being a father and a husband.
Which is where the black flag comes in.
Right.
No quarter, no surrender.
Right.
I don't want it.
Right.
I will die with honor.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like now that I'm thinking actually about buying me a black American flag. Like I was not at first because, like I said, I didn't really like a lot of the people toting it. There's a lot of them are rednecks and like, oh, South's gonna rise again because they'd fly the black flag and then like
we're not
rebel
that
flag.
we're not that black flag. We're true American restorationists.
Yes, but yeah, that's just I feel like that's the only. It's
all good, Matt.
Man, we're parents too. Trust me, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You can always go back and
and
listen.
Yeah. Trust me, you didn't want to have to listen to that old coot anyway.
Correct.
It was just the same old speech. We were pretty much just putting some commentary to the Biden speech.
Dumbass that said women have complete bodily autonomy, even though women don't exist. So whatever.
Harris. But
I'm sure our purple-haired libtard chair of the Alabama Libertarian Party has something to say about that. But I don't really care.
We were going towards China and talking about China, right? So China's starting to ban effeminate displays of men in their country.
Mm-hmm.
So have you heard of the band BTS? It's kind of, I think they're a South Korean boy band.
K-pop, probably.
It's K-pop. They're K-pop. So they're trying to get rid of K-pop, and it's not just BTS. Like it's K-pop in general, type boy band type stuff. They do not want effeminate, delicate-looking men. You know why? China's getting ready for effing war, man. See, that's what I'm saying. If we don't have a civil war or a societal collapse before China gets a hold, like one thing's going to happen. Let me add a third option: societal collapse, civil war, or China. That's our options at this point.
Did you see the conversation between Joe Biden and the Israeli Prime Minister?
No.
If you would. The released footage, it's rough for Biden. That top one. Yep. Dang, she's getting quick on that mute.
Cody, she
take notes, Cody.
He probably ain't even listening.
Silly China. There we go. So I want you guys to pay real close attention to this exchange whenever it actually starts.
Prime Minister here. We've become close friends. He's ridden the Amtrak train a lot. From New York down to Wilmington, Delaware. I told you we have a few corporations back in the days when he was private practice. But he heads and leads the most diverse government in Israeli history. And we've got a big agenda today, starting with COVID, which we've been talking about.
Wait. This is not the right one. Because there's one before they start going into all that. Go back.
Hey, Probes, are they echoing or is it like really low? Because that one was just really low.
What is that third one? Yeah, what is that one? What does that say? Oh yeah, that's it.
Hold on 1 second. Probe saying we're having some AV issues. This is really bad audio.
Well, that clip had really bad audio. There's not a whole lot we can do.
That one sounded really bad. That was really low audio.
I think this is it.
So like have Prime Minister here. I know we're going to talk about our relationship, which is strong as can be, but I know you're going to want to know what's happening.
Double audio. Okay, pause that real quick, Beth, and get out of that. Go to the mixer. Okay, on the other two little slides there, hit the mute buttons down at the bottom. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, that might be it.
All right. Now hit play.
Welcome, folks.
Nope.
It's a delight to have
Oh, no.
That's not it. Go to OBS. Mute the desktop audio. Oh, whoops. You'll have to. Hold on, I'll do it.
What is? I thought we had to mute it in the mixer and unmute it in OBS. We've had that problem a couple times there, Probes. I'm glad you pointed it out. I thought we'd fixed it.
Can you hear it, Joe?
No. Hold on.
It's still muted over here.
Our relationship, which is strong as can be, but I know you're going to want to know what's happened this morning.
Right now, yeah.
Ask him if it's like
No, not now. I can't. Did you pause it?
Yeah, I paused it.
Okay. All right, Probes. We need to know, like, we're about to play it again. Let me know if it's echoing.
My national security team. Let me begin by once again acknowledging the bravery and sacrifice that our military makes every single day. The loss of those Americans, Marines, sailors, personnel is tragic. As I said yesterday, and I talk about slavery as he's a military man, I'm a lost friend. You know, losing a son, daughter, husband, wife is like being sucked into a big black hole.
Fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, it's still echoing.
What's happened? So my heart goes out. Our significant loss, American personnel. And we're in the mission.
Pause it.
They continue.
Go back to OBS
Yeah, it's still echoing.
and mute that other desktop audio source. All right.
You know, evacuate folks out of that region, out of the airport. We've evacuated more than 12,000 additional people out of the airport in the last 24 hours. I met with my commanders this morning, first thing in the morning, got a detailed briefing about yesterday's attacks and the measures they're taking to protect our forces and complete the mission. And we will complete the mission. Now, I'm not going to take any questions because of the Prime Minister being here on Afghanistan now, but I'll be available at another time. But it's great to have the Prime Minister here. We've become close friends. He's written it.
Nope. Still not the wrong one. It's still the wrong one. Well, let me see if I can find it.
You know, we're on 3.5 hours of streaming now. If we cover an election night, I'm gonna have to get a more comfortable chair before we election.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna take some coffee. There's no way we're gonna be able to drink beer all night. We'll be miserable.
I'm trying to find it, Beth.
You want me to cover some other topics that I got sitting over
Yeah,
here?
go ahead.
All right, so take us off the screen there, Jason. Hey, can you take us off the full screen there? All right. All right, so we haven't talked about UFOs in a while, right? Turn down a little bit. So we haven't talked about UFOs in a while. But I have some UFO news. It's not, I don't think it's too much major news, but okay, New York Post. Mysterious tower of light hovers like a UFO in the sky. I think Justin's over here like, what the hell?
I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm covering another topic while you're doing that.
Yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about.
UFOs.
Okay.
My UFO
Go ahead.
corner.
It's Joe's conspiracy
corner. Because we're running over already as it is, so figure I'll slot this in here while you're, doing that. So yeah, mysterious tower of light lowers like a UFO in the sky. Let's see, this is in China though, so there's that. And also, they have found the second murder hornet nest in America. Which is kind of weird, because this morning, that thing we saw flying around on the deck, that sucker was pretty massive. And it makes me wonder, like...
I wondered if it was a murder hornet.
I did too. I wanted to kill it and, like, take a picture of it and try to find out. Is this like the X-Files remix?
Apparently.
Anyway, I'm digging this. This is gonna have to start being Joe's Conspiracy Corner music. Like, I like this. This is really cool. Like Night at the Roxbury.
Would you finish this?
You find your thing?
No, I'm ready for you to be done.
Okay, so we got UFO. Let's see. Demi Lovato investigates UFOs in Unidentified with Demi Lovato series. I feel like that's going to be the most unsuccessful UFO series. Just go back to the beginning. I want my regular X-File music. I don't want another seduction.
It says it's the full version.
We'll just go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Just scroll back. There we go. Okay. UFO experiencer Demi Lovato investigates the unexplained. Let's see. Light shows filmed during Mexico quake are neither earthquake lights. Ooh, I want to see this one. This is in Forbes too. Neither earthquake lights nor UFOs. There's probably transformers blowing. Probes wants to know why you don't like Conspiracy Corner.
Blackman.
Just go.
I just enhanced my Conspiracy Corner with the X-Files music, man. Like, this is epic. Like, I feel so awesome right now.
Continue with your Conspiracy Corner.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where these lights come from. Earthquake, Mexico earthquake. People saw, glowing in the sky. Let's see. I'm not. So, let's see. Following faults, the oxygen ions will rise to the surface where they can ionize. Okay. Okay, so apparently. So apparently electromagnetic effects in Earth's atmosphere can produce glowing phenomena. A such field could also explain reports of malfunctioning electronic devices, especially telephones, during an earthquake. So apparently during an earthquake, a part of this electric energy... Okay, in tectonic active regions, electric charges can accumulate over time in the deformed rocks. During an earthquake, a part of this electric energy is suddenly released in form of a visible spark, explaining small, short-lived EQLs. Excuse me, the accumulated electric energy can also ionize oxygen atoms in the underground. Following faults, the oxygen ions will rise to the surface where they can ionize more atoms. Large EQLs are, according to this theory, therefore a sort of glowing cloud of gas formed by the ionizing properties of the charged particles released by the earthquake. Bro, this is some cool stuff.
I'm still looking for my thing. I'm letting you do your thing.
Matt's like, Matt wants you to play the full song, so let the full song go. Yeah, Matt, that's my point. Like, I just think it's fun. I just think it's a fun little thing. And really, you know, the alien thing come up that one time because it was like a legitimate thing that people were talking about. And ever since then, I just kind of took off with it, and it's just fun. It's a fun thing to do.
It just bothers me.
Which just makes me want to do it even more.
I know.
The murder hornet thing could actually be a legitimate thing though, cause that's kind of creepy. So that's kind of cool. So there were glowing things in the sky during like there was glowing light like reflecting against the sky during the Mexico quake, and turns out apparently gas and electric particles can get all built up in faults, and they can cause like sparks and glowing during. Like that's some sci-fi. That's some real sci-fi kind of stuff, man. Like that's some science fiction channel stuff, man. That's pretty cool. I'm still weirded out by Demi Lovato wanting to go hunting for UFOs. Like some of it, I wanted to be serious. Like I said, like we actually had a serious discussion. Like, hey man, like what are you gonna do if aliens are real? Like. You know, like some of it can be serious, some of it, yeah, it's just, you know, we're talking and it's funny. And Beth, what did you type in?
I literally typed in the X-Files theme song like you asked me to.
And just click on the first one?
Yeah, it says it's the full version.
Okay, so it's basically, so the X-Files song, this is the full X-Files song. See, what you hear in the show, I guess, is not the full X-Files song.
We know the intro TV shows isn't it, you know, it's just...
Yeah, it's literally just, what, 30 seconds? Like...
Yeah. It is bumping, though.
It is pretty bumping. Makes me want to get, like, my trench coat and, like, my like, Neo or Morpheus glasses and just go to the club and be like...
glow sticks.
Some glow sticks.
I can't find it. I literally watched this like 6 times earlier today, and I can't find it now.
No, it's not that about it interesting her. It's because it's Demi Lovato, man. Like it's Demi Lovato. Okay, so no, say like I said, some of it's funny, some of it's interesting. Here's the serious one, Matt. Like seriously, this is from 60 Minutes, CBS News. UFOs regularly spotted. This was posted August 29th this year. UFOs regularly spotted in restricted airspace. Yeah, the government's grudging acknowledgement of 144 mysterious sightings documented by our military comes after decades of public denial. That's pretty cool, interesting.
Are you talking about Demi Lovato, like the singer?
Yes, Demi Lovato is starting her own UFO series.
Oh wow.
A UFO hunting series.
Yeah, she said she's non-binary. Or
yeah, she's supposedly non-binary now. I think she come out like that was what, either this week or last week.
Who gives a shit?
Well, Kyler asked.
Yeah, we're responding to comments.
Yeah, we're responding to comments. Or you're taking forever to look up the thing you're looking up.
Yeah, it's not working out too well either.
When advertised.
So like I said, like there's some stuff that's funny. You know, like the Demi Lovato thing. And then there's some stuff that's actually really cool, like that whole glowing thing apparently about sparks and gas being built up in fault lines or whatever, and somehow causing glows. That's not even conspiracy. That's just freaking cool. Like, that's just cool. And Matt, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I actually, when I started saying it, like, I'm not joking about believing in UFOs. I legitimately believe that there's something out there. We'll send it to the thing. I legitimately believe there's UFOs out there. There's got to be. There's no way that all this stuff exists and we're the only ones here. There's just no way.
The messenger.
Like, I refuse to
because
believe
it's
that.
a TikTok. I don't know if you'll be able to open it or not. Boom.
Now, whether they are actually like the Greys with the big eyeballs, I don't know. I think they probably look more like us.
Is it going to let you play it?
Maybe in a different variety of human type deal. Is it a TikTok?
Yeah. It's fine. All right, go ahead and let it go.
I wish to start first. So welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Biden. First of all, I don't mean to offend you, but we're all confused, very confused. I must use simple terms here. Blaming the prior administration when immediately after your inauguration, you spitefully finalized 17 executive orders reversing your predecessor's signature policies with ease and pride. That's very confusing. And now, 200 plus days later, and you failed to have reversed or modified the Afghan policy. We're confused of why you couldn't have altered that, perhaps, instead of blaming the prior administration. It makes
I just
not
have to
much
ask you a quick. Do you still have the X-Files music up there? Keep going.
sense. Have you and your military ever heard of the phrase erring on the side of caution? Simple idea. We use it where we're from. It's not very difficult to understand. These are extremely troubling issues that someone with minimal military knowledge would blatantly see the obvious incongruities. Your admirals and generals coming from the finest military schools, are they, West Point and whatnot, are they all, how you say, woke? More concerned with vaginas and combat boots, perhaps? This idea of pulling the military before proper evacuation almost appears as a method of fueling terrorism and a renewed war machine. What are we doing here, Mr. Biden? How else do you explain trillions and trillions upon dollars flying about in the wind, high technology and military equipment, more costlier evacuations because of a mistake, and yet you take profound joy and pride in an evacuation that should not have transpired the way it did at all? We're very, very confused, and we hope that somebody is accountable for this. The head of the Air Force, perhaps, who didn't give the Afghan people support from the air and left them stranded, as you say, the military weak and fled. Well, they fled because there was no air backup. Well, how do you explain such things, and why isn't there accountability? Who is responsible? Who is the head of your Air Force that allowed that to happen? And I'm sorry, sir, but didn't you say that the buck stops here? The buck stopped here.
Son of a bitch. He just got told. Beth,
Snap.
Beth, roll that X-File bump.
Now, whether or not that's real,
Get to the bump. It's like we're talking about like halfway. Like go halfway.
anyway.
See Beth up there partying. We got a party.
So-
We got told.
But like I said, I don't know if that was real or not, but if it was real, I fucking love the new Israeli Prime Minister.
Yes.
If it wasn't real, whoever made that, fuck you.
Turn the music off.
Because if that wasn't real, I'm very disappointed.
I got lost in the jam, sorry.
But that was where my Afghanistan tie-in came in, because like,
put the ayahuasca down.
This is still a shit show over there.
Yep.
And that's all I really have to say about it. It continues to be bad. There continue to be Americans stranded. Oh, and by the way, the drone strike that killed the ISIS-K bomber, yeah, turns out that was a Afghan aid worker with
Killed some kids too, I
with a
believe.
visa that was loading water into the back of his car.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
No, it's the same one. It's the one that killed 7 kids.
I know. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, the video footage shows him loading what looks to be water.
I knew it killed some kids. I didn't know that the person they were actually aiming for actually really wasn't even the dude.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that one.
I mean, where'd you get the intel from? Oh, that's right, the Taliban, who want to actively murder everyone who ever helped the United States. So there you go. You just killed an American ally for the Taliban, so now they don't have to. Way to go, dickhead.
Yep.
This administration is a fucking joke.
Yep.
The whole thing. The Trump administration was a joke too.
Well, you know,
but this is the biggest joke in American history.
And then now they're even coming out and saying that who put out the thing this week where we are not happy with how the Taliban is not being inclusive. They don't give a single shit about being inclusive.
Yeah,
like,
I don't give a shit. They
get
do
your
not
head
give,
out of your
hold on,
ass.
Hold on. They don't give a single shit that you're not happy. They don't care.
No, they're probably sitting back laughing.
Anyway, we've been going for 3 hours.
Yes.
And
No,
I've
we've
hit
been going
everything.
for 4 hours.
Well, no. We started at 7:30. 3 hours.
Yes, 3 hours.
Almost on the dot.
Yes.
Jesus.
My butt hurts.
Yeah, mine too. So, I don't have anything else for this week. Hopefully next week's a little bit quieter so we can just bullshit a little bit more.
Yeah, we can more Joe Rogan-esque things.
But this week, holy fuck. Dude, I don't want more weeks like this.
We're going.
I kind of want more weeks like this, but I really don't want more weeks like this.
Like, we're going to have to start doing this full time. Oh, so Justin, you've been working on that, what is it, Patreon?
No, I have not.
We got to do that together, right?
We have to do that together.
Right. Damn it.
But while we're on here, and while we've got some people still in here, so the options are this.
Okay.
We can do the
So you
live
have to come up with
stream.
some options.
Hold on. One of the base benefit for Patreon is early access to episodes. Well, we can't exactly give that because we do this live.
Right.
So, the alternative is
start an OnlyFans and go live on OnlyFans.
No. We can make the live version of the show Patreon exclusive.
Well, actually, yes, and we can actually send, because you can make it private and send people a code to view the show
On YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, so we can make the live show Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
And then
the recorded one's free.
Right.
Right.
Or,
but you don't get to be in the chat, and you don't get to,
you won't
you won't feel immersed into the show.
Right. Or we can do an hour of the show where we answer no questions, we respond to no comments, and then do a Patreon exclusive after show where we interact with you and talk to you and
I like
all
that better
stuff.
because I feel like we're still too small of a show to cut out our live show to new people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Matt, we appreciate that, but also like we kind of want to be able to put it out there for more people. Because Patreon will also What?
So which part's a bad idea, you think?
Yeah, which part's a bad idea? Oh. Do an hour of the show.
Start an OnlyFans and go live on OnlyFans. Maybe he's talking about the OnlyFans.
Yeah, that could be it.
Can make the live version of the show Patreon exclusive.
Actually, yes, and he likes being able to interact.
Okay, so live version invite only.
Yeah, but I feel like that. Like I said, then we're not going to grow as much because
That's true.
part of being.
So I mean, right now we don't need
Maybe
to do
we
that
should even
right
go.
now. Maybe
Another
we
option, just merch.
Yeah.
Like if you like certain levels, you get certain levels of merch.
If that's an option.
Right.
I don't know what the options are now, or we can just set up a PayPal, and if you want to donate to the show,
I think that's what we should start out with at
You
first.
do like a shout out for people.
Yeah,
who
like
donate.
at a certain
Yeah.
level, you get a shout out during the show.
Yeah.
And next level, at the end of the show, kind of like
the
credits.
Yeah.
Like say if you donate $1 to $10, we'll just give you a shout out. And certain level, like you get your name put at the end of our show.
Yeah.
As long as you donate that much every month, like for that month, you get your name put down.
Yep.
At the end of our show, but at the end of that month, it gets taken off.
Yeah.
Like your donation, it would depends. Like it would be like say $20 a month.
No, I wouldn't even go. I don't even think we need a $20 option unless you want some like cool shit like a cup.
But you see what I'm getting at though, like
Yeah.
a certain unless you're like say if it's whatever dollar, like say $15, $20 per. Like unless you give us like $100 or however much, then you get it per a prolonged period of time.
Yeah.
But it's like we'll say like for a certain amount of period or time, your name gets put at the end of our show as a sponsor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at $20 a month, we should give them a cup, and then. But that's the only thing they're going to get for that $20, except for their name and the credits.
Yeah.
For a while.
Right.
You know, like maybe once a year, like if we update the cups or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see how much the cups cost us. Because obviously we're supposed to make money, not just go at cost.
We're not really looking for money, Matt. We're just kind of like...
We're looking just to upgrade things.
Yeah, we just want to upgrade some stuff. And like, if you want to donate stuff, that's cool. Maybe we just do a PayPal account.
Yeah, because that's what a lot of guys do right now. They just have like, hey, this is our or Patreon. You know, if you want to donate to it, you go ahead.
Well, just PayPal.
Yeah.
Just do PayPal. Because Patreon, they're going to take a cut.
PayPal does too.
Not for friends and family.
That's true. But, because like the nights, like, say we're doing the like election coverage.
Yeah.
That stuff's real popular where people donate to that.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for the input, Matt. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm actually...
I don't know where all of our people that normally watch are going. Because they're not here. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing, Matt. We kind of want to sell some like shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we have shirts. We need to send Matt a link to buy the shirt.
Yeah. Well, we need to post it up on our page.
We need to have it in the link for the YouTube stream every week.
Well, aren't you the one that goes back and...
No.
No, you're not? Oh.
I'm not the one that does any of the t-shirt stuff.
No, the YouTube stuff. Don't you go back and cut it and put it on the podcast?
In the description.
Oh, yeah, I need to do that, I guess. That's my part. Have you been going back and putting it up on iTunes, though?
No. I can't get the shit to work.
Well, dang. We're going to have to look at that because there's people that listen to it, but they only listen to it on like iTunes and Spotify.
Can't really help it at the moment.
Yeah.
Every time I try to rip the audio, it doesn't want to do it. So
okay, we'll figure it out.
The only way we're going to be able to do it is to take all the all the audio inputs off of that and just have the voice meter input and unmute everything on voice meter and then record it on voice meter because that's an option.
We'll figure it out.
Anyway,
we'll figure it
out. So I got nothing.
I got nothing else. Beth, you got anything? Oh, our stupid count made it all.
Hold on.
Okay,
hold on.
Can you full screen that?
Yep. Let me know when you're ready.
Blow that up.
Blow it up now. Go ahead and blow it up.
Zoom in.
Let's see.
Control. Yeah, there you go. Now, can you? Yeah, full screen it, and then now zoom in.
Me. It won't let me zoom in.
Okay, it's fine. We don't.
That's good right there. Just
because I haven't fixed this yet. Here is the official stupid count. Come in at 17 today. It's a pretty good show.
That was a pretty good show.
And it was all during Biden's. Well, not all of it. Most of it.
Well, you know, as one does.
Did you transition us over, or is it just a super laggy feed?
It's just a super laggy feed. Yeah, there's the stupid count. Oh, man. It's right over my face.
Ah!
It was all during Biden's.
Yeah.
Beth, you have a seductive voice.
Oh, my God. Shut up.
We should do, like, role-playing.
You should shut up right now.
We should do, like, role-playing, like, ASMR.
Bro, what's up with all the ants?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering, too. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know what they're eating, unless they're eating the salt lamp.
I don't know. They're definitely not after my beer because it's empty. Anyway.
We could sell Freedom ASMR audio from Beth.
Oh, wait. Oh, Blackman's doing his signature head turn.
This motherfucker.
Probst, he's about to cancel you.
This motherfucker.
You gotta get right up in the camera. Uh-oh, here he comes.
Oh, that's funny.
Camera. Uh-oh, here he goes.
We have fun.
All right, hold on.
Oh my God. Okay, well, it's been fun. Maybe I'll cut down on the use of the stupid clip. Probably not. It's kind of my favorite one.
You don't cut down on any of the clips. Like, you literally just over there, like, the whole time just going boop, 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 boop,
Well, yeah, because
boop, 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 boop.
You made the mistake of giving me the board.
I think the soundboard talks more than we do.
No, definitely not. But anyway, I got nothing else.
I got nothing else. Beth, you got anything?
I'm good.
All right. Well, as always, tally ho, lads.